Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Scion of the Dark House, our very first one-shot. So this is a Dungeons and Dragons Gothic horror podcast. So there might be things that may be a little troubling for some people. If anything does cross a line, be sure to take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So, in this story, we are not in the city of Darkmoor. We are several miles away on the lake called Lake Last Breath, going towards a town known as Drowning, a small fishing town for whatever reason. Today, the circus is not performing. There's no need for security at this time. And so the four of you have decided to just have a little explore of the local area. The lake is quite large. It used to be a valley, but then it flooded for whatever reason. And the people that fled founded Drowning. You can still see the clock tower, the tower of the cathedral, and a few other spires here and there sticking up out of the lake, but it is entirely uninhabitable. As you all are walking towards Drowning on the road along the shore, something odd is happening. You look down and you notice there are crabs walking around, which is strange because there aren't very many freshwater crabs, and not in this quantity. As you're walking for a brief moment, you are surrounded by crabs, walking from the lake to the forest and the forest to the lake, which is incredibly bizarre. But then it begins to subside. And once again, you are walking along the road towards Drowning by yourselves. The very little odd sea life around you. So as you all are walking, what would you all like to do?
Hey boys. Isn't it kind of weird how all these crabs seems to be going to and for someplace? Almost like they're working, isn't it? Little
Definitely a
ants.
little bit odd. I reckon maybe we should do a perception check, some sort of investigation. Maybe having a look at the lake, maybe where they're coming from.
You certainly can. So you can give me a perception check.
All right. Above
If any,
game. You're gonna have to talk me through that one. What dice do I have to roll?
so it is a D20.
Sweet.
And then in the place where you have the skills, just add the
Yes.
number from your perception to it.
Cool. Shake the dice. All right, 16, and then perception plus 4, so 20.
Oh. So yeah, there is a ton of these crabs that are just walking around. They're definitely not, like, you don't even have to have that much training in nature to know these are definitely sea crabs, which is weird because this is an inland lake. With that 20 perception check, you do smell a tiny bit of sea air, which is also bizarre because it's an inland lake. But other than that,
Are they like
nothing
running
really
in
strikes
fear?
your interest.
Okay. Are they like running in fear, like scuffling, or are they just having like a chill swing?
They're just chilling out.
Interesting.
feel
What do you guys
like
think we should do with that?
I feel like we should look in the woods, because if they're going from the lake to the woods and then the woods to the lake, then that seems like there's something in the woods that they're getting from the woods or something. Wasn't that a thing?
They certainly do
Sounds
seem
like
to be going into the woods.
follow
I
them
don't
into
know,
the
guys.
tunnel.
Like I'm not used to this nature deal thing here, so I'll follow you guys' lead. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I'm just a performer. How much to know about nature and crabs and oceans and stuff?
Well, I'm an elf.
Be-
We're all about nature, so I think we should go into the woods and see what they're doing. It could be crab mating season.
Never happened before.
Hmm?
This never had happened before.
Doesn't seem like it.
I am naturally suspicious, so I do not trust these crabs. But if you guys want to go, I'll follow.
Yeah, let's follow the elf.
All
He
right.
looks like he knows what he's doing,
Good luck.
right?
But all those heavy words, I need to chop wood, no?
The woods is
Okay, let's go. Sit the crabs. Ugh.
So the crabs are pretty easy to follow since they seem to be in very large bunches, just walking into the woods. They don't actually seem to be going anywhere in particular. They just seem to hang out on some stumps, maybe find a nice bush to hang out in. Just something along those lines. They don't seem to be taking anything. They don't seem to be carting things back and forth. They're just doing things that you would associate with crabs. Occasionally you see some that are fighting. Some of them might threaten you with their pincers, but I mean, they're crabs.
I'm wondering if we've been distracted by this crab situation. It was just all a big, like, distraction, and actually we should have ignored them and carried on walking wherever we're going. They're just crabs doing crab things. Investigation complete. Tick.
If you say so. I mean, the city of drowning does sound very interesting and enticing. There might be riches awaiting us, right? I do love those shiny things.
I mean, it's a
Bargain
small
might,
fishing
girls.
town.
I don't know. Maybe there's a gem or something. I could use something new and flashy for my costume.
So you all head back to the road and you all keep walking. And eventually you do see a sign posted by the roadside that does say, "Welcome to Drowning." It is made of boards that have been put together, nailed to a post, but the bottom one seems a bit loose. And it almost poetically falls off and splashes into a puddle. And you look at it, on the back of this piece of wood is a starfish.
That's weird, guys, isn't it? Isn't it weird, Devon?
There's no sea here, apparently. So I would say a starfish seems weird, but there's also sea crabs walking around. So I'm thinking that the evidence is pointing to there actually being some kind of ocean here that we were just not aware of.
Did we get turned around?
Maybe some kind of magic. Maybe they've been summoned.
I mean, I'm no wizard, but yeah, doesn't seem natural, does it?
Shall we
Doesn't-
continue forward?
Yeah, I think that we need more information before we decide to get like super worked up about some crabs and a starfish. I think we see. Let's find out more. There's room for this to get deeper and heavier before we worry about the starfish.
The sign is for a city
Oh, no.
called Drowning. Drowned. And we have heard about the city before, or no?
Yes, it's a it's a town that fishes in the local lake. So there's a lot of fish that come out of it, but they're mostly freshwater fish, or fish that could survive in maybe brackish water, not crabs and starfish.
And
Maybe
even
the
my
Temfolk would know more.
character having a score of 8 in wisdom and 10 in intelligence, I can know about it. That this is a starfish from the sea and not from the lake.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is sometimes a thing that flying animals pick up sea creatures and end up dropping them into freshwater lakes. That is an actual thing. So we don't have to worry too much yet. It could be, you know, sometimes sea creatures end up in lakes. See how it goes. I'm very chill about this.
I'm a city boy, but that's a lot of birds to a lot of crabs to a lot of starfish.
Yes, indeed.
But they only have to accidentally pick up a pregnant one, and then you've got a new ecosystem going on. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take your word for it, for sure. Yeah.
Because I do know where that's happened in the real world. So. I'm not calling for it yet.
Maybe the people of the village are going to know more. Maybe we should ask them when we get to drowning.
Yes, I think so. We should speak to the mayor.
Your mic is a bit quiet, Julio.
Is better now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, don't worry. I was just. I don't know what to think about it, but maybe it's a sea spirit. Or
Spirit? Ooh, spooky.
what's the name of the sea god, the dragon? We have a name from this god.
I think I don't remember the names of the gods. I think it was just the Sea King.
The Sea King.
But the Gothians don't really worship the gods specifically anymore. They've moved away from it. There are practices, so it's possible that you came from a place that did still worship the gods, but mainstream Gothian culture points towards the saints.
The saints, yeah. And no saints is about the sea, right? It's Madeline, Hypatia, Adeline. Well, but maybe some doing about the Sea King. You know, the dragon guys.
Sea dragon. I think we should speak to some local people and see if there's anyone mysterious and interesting who knows things about why there are crazy things like starfish and crabs around. I think we should speak to someone.
Okay, I can follow you.
Yes, let's listen to the elf.
So
I don't
as you
usually want to talk to people, so it must be meaningful.
I'm not from here, guys. I can't speak so fluently like you do.
So as you all enter Drowning, you notice posted on corners of buildings, of the small houses that are around, are posters, missing posters, various people, various names, but there are lots of them. Sometimes as you look down an alleyway, most of the wall is covered with missing posters. Some of them are so old that they've faded and are plastered to the wall, and some of them look like they've been put up this morning. And as you get towards the center of town, which, since it's a fishing village, it stinks, you see a crowd of people standing around a platform. On top of it is a man in very rich-looking robes who is trying to calm this crowd that are all yelling and swearing and pointing very angrily. And you can hear him trying to yell above the crowd, "Everything is all right. This has happened before. We will get through it." And you definitely hear someone yell, "Last time it was my sister. You don't care about us at all." And at this point, you see a person who does look like a priest climb up onto the platform. And he seems very old. He has liver spots, very short white hair, but he's definitely wearing the vestments of a priest, most likely of Saint Ulrich, the patron saint of fishermen, sailors, and protection from storms. And he says, "This is most likely because of the lack of faith in Saint Ulrich." He doesn't even get to finish before someone in the crowd just yells, "Fuck you," and hurls a fish that hits him right between the eyes and knocks him off the platform. And everyone just starts yelling again, pointing, swearing, roaring in anger as this person, who is presumably the mayor, just by the way he's dressed, at this point has stopped trying to yell and is trying to just wave his hands ineffectively at these people. And bit by bit, these people begin to storm off. But other than that, it seems like a pretty normal fishing village.
Other than the angry mob trying to kill the mayor, it's entirely normal. Well, the logical explanation is that people in the village of Drowning are being transformed into sea crabs. It's the only thing that makes any sense. I think we should try and rescue the mayor from the mob and speak to him and find out what the hell the problem is that people have got. But it's up to them.
But while doing that, okay, put a pin in that. I could sell him a little show, because what these people need is a bit of entertainment.
You distract people with an exciting show while we get the mayor out of the way and interview him.
Yes.
He is the mayor.
I'll do whatever the elven man says. He knows a lot about the smelly fish and nature. Okay. Can I, Mr. DM, Spencer, can I please try to make like a minor illusion? No,
You
stop.
certainly can.
Yes. Allow me to make like giant flaming wings come out from me.
Let me check to see how big the illusion can be. I think it's like a 5-foot cube.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
Not
they won't
for
be
giant
gigantic.
wings, but
Okay, instead, I'll do something even cooler then. I'll make my tiefling horns grow even bigger and larger and more fiery. And I will then yell out into the crowd, "Ralvio the Great is here to quell your fear."
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm so good at persuasion. Okay, let me see my stats, because I have +4 and everything.
Let's hope this does not go wrong. It is an angry crowd.
14 +4.
18.
18.
There are some people that do continue to walk away, but it seems that now that there is a performer of some kind in town, the angry yelling definitely begins to subside. Some people turn to look, others, some of them roll their eyes, but you certainly do have a lot of their attention now.
Mm-hmm.
It
Okay,
is
guys.
The
Okay,
way
guys.
that will make people forget about their dead relatives. That is a thing.
Mhm.
That is often.
So I will then, because you guys have your plan about talking to the mayor and stuff, so I'll distract them by producing flame, which I think is just something I can do, right?
Yes, I believe you have that cantrip.
Mm-hmm. I do, and I have control flame too. So I will, while they, rather, I will control flames, juggling the flames and doing fun stuff, circusy stuff, make tricks with that flame. And then you guys can go and maybe talk to the mayor if he's free.
So make me a performance check.
Yes. 15 plus 7.
Yeah, it's impressive juggling. It's almost in the back of your mind, you hear that little voice going, why can't I do this do something this good while I'm in the circus? This is my best stuff. And as you are juggling this fire and causing it to change shape and color and all kinds of other things, and you begin to draw a little crowd that some people clap, other people are just watching sternly. What would the rest of you like to do now that you have your distraction in place?
Well, I would quite like to, I think we could, if everyone's in agreement, we could try and take the mayor to wherever the mayor lives, or a local inn or something, maybe get drunk, that might be nice. If they've got bar snacks, that would be good as well. And maybe we could, or even the town hall, village hall, whatever, and just somewhere out the way where we can talk to him. Do we need to do anything special to do that, or can we just pick him up off the ground and walk with him?
But this guy is really the mayor, or he is some kind of priest?
There was the priest, but he got knocked off the platform by the flying fish. The guy in the very rich robes that's been up there trying to, yeah, he is the mayor.
Okay.
And he is still up on the platform.
So can we take him away, just like normal people walk and say, excuse me, can we talk to you, while our friend is distracting your angry villagers? Can we just do that and just talk to him somewhere? Even behind a tree, there doesn't have to be bar snacks. There can be anything.
So you go up to him and you say that, and he goes, I guess so. Let's go to the tavern. I don't think very many people are going to be there. And so he walks with the three of you to a tavern that is quite near the square, called the Bloated Floater. And its sign has a dead body floating in the water. And
Very welcoming.
I know. And he opens the door, and there's a pleasant little ding 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 of the bell. The tavern is actually quite nice. It does have a little bit of like fisherman's net that has been used to decorate. Maybe a few anchors, an upside down boat that's been strapped to the ceiling, and a lot of candlelight. But it's a pretty nice tavern, especially seeing as how it still reeks of fish. And manning the bar is a very large 6'5" man with a very greasy beard and very greasy, stringy black hair, who is wiping down the counter. And also, a very strange sight to all of you, a weasel wearing a vest, standing on a bar stool, drinking beer out of a beer stein. There are a couple of other patrons, but they're sitting off in tables elsewhere and are definitely not as interesting. And the mayor definitely leads you over to a a table in a back corner and just calls out, "Barkeep, if you could give us some ale, that would be great," and just sits down. "So, what is it that you would like to talk about? Our town is very welcoming, and we've recently had a stroke of luck with fishing."
What kind of
Was
vibe is he
that-
giving off? Is he quite trusting? Does he seem like he's trusting of us?
Insight check, if you would
Okay,
give me
let's
that. If anyone else would like to make one as well, you may.
Sure. It's a D20 again?
Yes.
Insight.
Yes. All right.
Oh, okay. I'll try.
Okay.
Nope.
So I got a 14.
I have got 18 plus 5, so 23.
Oh.
I've got 1.
Oof.
So I'm probably doing this while you're talking.
It's just nice to be away from all those screaming people and in a nice bar with some ale.
You can just corner playing with the children's toys in the corner or something while we talk to the mayor guy, I think. I don't think we need you for this bit.
So
Okay.
with a 14, there's definitely some suspicion, but it's a similar to suspicion that you might get with all politicians. The idea that they are constantly lying, just for whatever reason. With an 18 plus 4,
5.
5. Yeah, this guy is definitely hiding something. He is wringing his hands. His eyes are kind of darting all over the place. There's a lot of signs that he's hiding something, and the people yelling about whatever they were yelling about definitely kind of put him on edge.
What is his name? What's your name?
I am so sorry. My name is Dudley Moore. I am, of course, the mayor. Is there anything specific you wanted to talk about?
I don't know about my friends, but I'd quite like to know why your villagers are all so angry, why so many people are listed as being missing, maybe dead, who knows, and why you've got lots of seawater crabs and starfish and stuff around in your village, which is on a freshwater lake. Let's start with any of those you'd like to address. We'll see what we come up with.
Well, like I said, we had a recent stroke of luck while fishing, which is just great for the town. And we've been trying to figure out the missing people situation. I mean, I can't lie. There's definitely missing posters everywhere. In the last 3 years or so, we have about 62 missing people in the last 3 years. We have our best people on the case. So you don't need to worry. But it is something that we can't really sweep under the rug for visitors. It is, but we are definitely trying to figure that out.
If I was to charm the mayor, would that make him more forthcoming?
You can certainly try.
Let's give it a go. So I'm going to cast my spell, Charm Person. Are you happy to talk me through what die I need to use again and how I need to add that up?
So Charm Person is a saving throw, which means I have to make it.
Cool.
You just cast the spell. Make sure you mark off a spell slot since you used a spell.
Sure.
And if
Oh, I
can
have that
real
one
quick-
too. You have a 1 hour of charm, and it's the wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, great.
Because I am also very charming, though I'm elsewhere right now.
He got a 13. What is your spell save DC?
Let's find out. My spell save is 15.
Oh, so he is definitely charmed, and his posture kind of definitely since you, Dvang, noticed the hand wringing and the shifty eyes and whatever. After this spell is cast, he definitely changes demeanor. He stops wringing his hands. He stops looking everywhere. And he actually starts making eye contact. And he goes, well, it's very nice that you are all concerned about the town. Barkeep, can we have another round? And the barkeep brings over another round. So I mean, I'm going to be honest. We don't have our best people on it. We're kind of waiting for it to blow over. I mean, how many people can go missing?
62 is quite a large number already.
Yeah, I suppose it is a large number. But I mean, it's going to stop eventually.
And you have no idea what could possibly be happening to all these people.
No, not at all. Insight check.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need it. Yes, he was lying.
I'm going to roll a deception check. Oops. Okay. Yeah, okay. Insight. What did you roll for your insight?
Let me just roll it.
5.
Got 7. Yeah,
I've
that's
got 10
awful.
plus 5.
Well, luckily for all of you, you rolled over his deception check, which was a 4. He is, even you can tell, Elk, he's lying.
Dudley is not made to be a politician, really. Politicians have already been killed and all turned into crabs or something, because why this guy? I've got no idea.
Are you saying this out loud as your character, or are you saying this in your head?
I think most things I'm saying in my head, usually.
Oh, go on, be frivolous, say it out loud.
Please.
It's already charmed.
It's true.
I mean, until we seem unfriendly to him, it's going to last anyway. So,
So at this point, we know that he seems to be lying. Dudley, we think you're lying. Well, I do anyway. I'm not sure what our barbarian friend over there is doing, but I think you're lying.
But why would you lie to us? I mean, we're trying to help you.
I think it's a good idea to answer the big, scary, burly barbarian man, Dudley. So, yeah, tell us what's going on. What's really going on here in Drowning?
At this point, you feel, Dian, your spell break as he begins to panic again. For some reason, that affront, that question of, why are you lying to us? Normal people might not view that as a threat. But seeing as how you've already figured out he's a pretty shady person, and he is on edge, that panic, that realization was enough to break the spell. And you see his demeanor go back to hand wringing, back to shifty eye looking. And he also looks right at you and goes, You didn't have to cast a spell. I'm being honest, I swear. I just look, we can't afford the best people to put on the job, but we're hoping that we can do that once we start selling a lot more fish. I mean, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I have a lot of mayoral duties that I have, and you can see he's definitely like, as he gets up and pushes his chair in, he's kind of standing between the chair and you as he begins to back up. So I will see you all later. And he just very stiffly walks out the door.
Successful.
I'm in a conundrum because this guy is shady, but I don't know these people, the town people, so I don't know if I have to fight for them or I just, okay, just go fuck yourself. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
Why don't we go ask some of the townsfolk, see what they're saying? If the mayor's not going to give us answers, maybe the people will.
Maybe our entertainer friend could try and talk to them while performing or something, because he's got their attention. Maybe.
I can intimidate him, but I don't know if this is the best way to try anything.
I think you should be using your axes to chop off one finger at a time until you tell us what's going on.
I mean, you better hurry. He's about to leave.
I tried
Right.
to intimidate him. I will roll. I need to roll a die, or I just say to you what I'm going to do.
So before you roll, what are you going to do? Are you just going to stand up and like heft your axe, or?
I just put my hand on my axe and I say, I believe that you need to sit down and talk to us because we're trying to help you.
And roll that intimidation check then.
24.
Oh my God. Yeah, you see him like halfway out the door and he stares at you shaking and he shakily closes the door. And you do see he does pee his pants a little. And
Nice.
he kind of shuffles over and sits down and just stares, shaking. You have intimidated him real bad with that 24.
That's really nice.
Some axe.
Just, it's Dvang and what's your name, Louis?
It's Jan or Dian. If you want to
John.
translate. Yeah, like DJAN would how you would say it. It's
John.
Gaelic.
Okay.
Jan.
Well, Dvang and John, our friends, wants to talk to us, right? And I still hold my axe.
We need the axe behind us,
Yeah.
sure. But I think that Dudley should tell us really what he thinks is going on here, what his own theories are about the disappearance of all the people, tell us what this exciting windfall that the city of the town, the village, has had. He's dropping too many little things and not explaining them. And so I think we need him to tell us more about all of those things, or we let our axie friend have some fun with his fingers one at a time. That's my thought.
So as you're saying this, you definitely see it doesn't take very much to see. He is gone sheet white. He is panicking. He has never been confronted in this kind of way before. There's a seeming realization that he's not getting out of this. And he just goes, I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Of course you can. We are asking and talking to you.
You don't understand. I'm not going to say anything. I can't say anything.
You can write to us?
Could you tell us even what the town's exciting new windfall has been?
If I tell you, it'll go away. I can't tell you. I've said too much. I've said too much. I've said too much. I've said too much. And he just, at this point, he actually does get up and he grabs a necklace that he was wearing. And he holds on to it. And there's a flash of light and he vanishes. And then in his place, suddenly appearing in the middle of the bar are 3 very large crabs and another creature that you have never seen before.
Very large, as in like.
No, as in like the size of a small couch.
Ooh.
3 of them appear, as well as another creature that you don't seem to recognize. It looks like it would be a lobster, but it has a somewhat slightly humanoid upper body, a very lobster-like face with many tentacles coming out of the front, 2 huge claws. It almost kind of looks a little bit like a centaur. I'm going to quickly pull it up, but I'm going to cover the name because I feel like I'm describing this creature very badly. Looks like that.
I was going to ask if it looks hostile.
Oh, sexy.
But...
Yeah.
It is very, these things look very hostile.
But these things are uncommon to see, rare. I mean, we already saw this kind of things before.
Yes, they're very uncommon. You've never seen the giant lobster thing before? You don't know what it is. The crabs you've seen, but they are of entirely unnatural size. And when they appear, there seems to not be enough space for them. One of them knocks over a table. One of them, the giant lobster thing, smashes its claw through one of the wooden poles that is keeping part of the room up. And you hear the creaking of wood. And at this point, Ralvio, you definitely hear something start to go down in the tavern. You hear the cracking of wood. You even see part of the building begin to sag a little bit.
Whoa.
Just a tiny bit. At this point, I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Okay.
As I get all the stat blocks out.
I am at
It's what?
13 total.
Yes, it is a D20 plus your dexterity, and you have advantage because of your weapon of warning.
Ooh.
I've rolled a 20 and I've got a 2.
So you're at 22.
Yeah, me too.
Hey!
23.
19.
We've got this guy.
19 for John. What for Ralvio?
13.
13. And 22 for Dvang. And I'm going to roll initiative for these other things. Oh, that one sucked. That's fine. That one sucked even worse. Oh my goodness, they are sucking.
Because they are on Earth, they are on land.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are definitely going first, with Elk being the very first person in initiative.
They really look like they want to harm us.
Yes, they do look aggressive.
Okay, I say something like, back off! Bah!
Which
And,
one are you attacking?
The
There are-
big one, the centaur lobster giant man thing.
All right, good deal. So
They-
make an attack roll.
They have a name, the species.
They do, but you do not know what it is.
Okay. Back off, lobster creature. 10 plus what?
Your strength and your proficiency, because you're proficient with your giant battle axe.
And how much this gonna be, this proficiency?
It's +3 because you're at 5th level.
3 plus 3 plus 3, so plus 6 plus 7, 17.
That is a hit. So
Yay!
roll your damage.
It's 12. 12, the red one. 7 plus 1, 8.
Right. All right. So that is 8 damage to the giant lobster creature. I forget, do barbarians at this point get extra attack?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna check real quick, because if they do,
It will be awesome.
oh yes, so you can roll another attack roll if you'd like.
Yes, I like it. 9 plus 7.
9 plus 7. Ooh, that is exactly enough. So you slam into this thing again.
5 plus 1, 6.
So you carve into this thing, and it does this horrible sort of as it flicks its tentacles at you and clacks its claws. So is that everything you would like to do on your turn?
I guess they. Well, I screamed back off. Did they back off?
No, they did not back off.
Maybe they are deaf.
All
Dvang,
right.
is your turn.
Yep, next up is Dvang.
Slap him.
I don't think that my sickle is going to do very much to a couch-sized crab. So I don't know that I'm equipped to deal with a crab the size of a couch.
You can certainly try.
Just seeing if I've got anything that might be more useful.
Mm. So you're just gonna hide?
Well, I mean, I could do my stunning strike thing, but there's 3 of them, so it's only going to affect one of them, and it's not really going to help us very much. So I guess I could just attack one with my sickle, see if I get anywhere with it.
All right, so roll me an attack roll as you go up to the nearest one and whoosh, swing at it with your sickle.
Is that with my 20 dice?
Yes. And that would be plus your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Okay, so I've got 18.
Ooh.
My dexterity is a +3. And plus something else, was it?
Your proficiency. So it would be +3 again. So yeah, that definitely hits.
Yay.
So roll your damage.
And that's the D20 again.
No, that is a D6 because of your martial arts. And then you add your dexterity modifier to it.
What's that one? Oh, I got 1 + 2.
I mean, 3 points isn't that bad as you swipe through this crab. And you do have an extra attack. So you can attack again with your sickle.
Oh, yes, I'll do that.
So roll me another attack roll.
That's the D20?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. 17. And it was +3 +3, wasn't it?
Yes, and that definitely hits. So roll damage.
That's that one. 4 plus dexterity, yes?
Yes.
So 6.
So you had 3 for the first one, 6 for the second one, and if you'd like to do an unarmed strike as your bonus action, or a flurry of blows, spending a key point, you may.
Oh,
or if you'd like to do something else.
Flurry of blows, why not? Why not do some blows? I'll blow it.
So mark off a key point, and then you're going to be making 2 unarmed strikes. So that would be an attack roll, dexterity, proficiency, and then it's a d6, but it's bludgeoning damage this time, not that it matters.
So I'm rolling d6. I got 6.
D20, because you actually have to hit
D20.
it first. You have to hit it first.
17.
17 definitely hits.
Yes. And then a d6.
Yes, plus your dexterity.
Oh, the 17 plus the dexterity. Oh, the d6 is 5. My dexterity is +3. So 8.
Cool. So as you swing, you hook your sickle in and crack its exoskeleton. You swing and slice at it again, and you punch it right between the eyes, and the crab just goes limp. You have killed one of the crabs.
Poor crab.
If you would like, you don't have to spend the key point if you don't want to, or you can use a bit of your movement speed and use your last unarmed strike on one of the other 3 creatures that are in the room.
3 creatures.
Like there are like 3 crabs and 1 lobster.
3 crabs.
Right?
Yeah.
In my mind it was 2 crabs. I don't know why.
Well, that's now.
Is lobster dead now? Or is
No,
lobster...
it was you killed the crab.
Oh, the crab's dead. Okay.
One of the crabs.
It's just occurred to me in an afterthought kind of way that if the mayor appeared to transform into 3 crabs and a scorpion, by killing the 3 crabs and a scorpion, are we killing the mayor? And that doesn't seem like a very useful thing to do.
Well, he's 25% dead now.
Yeah.
Bit late for second thoughts.
We've committed to this.
Yeah, I'll use another key point to attack one of the other crabs, or maybe the scorpion guy who I thought was already dead, but I'll do something to him instead.
All right, you can certainly do that. So you kind of charge over to it and whoosh, punch it. So roll an attack roll, see if you hit.
D20, yeah?
Yep.
16.
Yep, that hits. So roll damage.
5. Plus anything?
Dexterity.
So that's 8. Okay.
My damage is just the D12, or is D12 with the strength?
D12 with strength.
Oh, so you can put 3 pluses 2 times.
All right, so -6. Okay. Yeah. So you walk up and you punch this thing, and yeah, its armor is a little harder than the crab's armor. But you've done some damage to it. So next up is
Go, Dian.
John. You
All
have
right.
watched your monk friend punch a crab to death. You've watched a barbarian friend start hacking up this giant lobster, and there are 2 other crabs in the room that are very menacingly clacking their claws at you, that are also very absurdly large.
You guys are both so inspiring. That's not me though. How much space have I got between me and the crabs?
I would say probably close to 10 feet. They appeared very close to you.
Okay. And do I have enough space to move 10 feet away from them?
I would say yes. You'd be like up against the wall, but yes.
Okay, one more question. If I was to use blink and go into the ethereal plane, can I go through objects like walls, or am I
Yes.
stuck? All right, let's do that, because I'm not liking this situation. I'm way too close to these bad boys.
Okay. So the blink spell, after you cast it, you are required to roll a d20 and get 11 or above in order to go into the ethereal plane. And I believe that's at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So you have a bonus action and you've used a little bit of your movement speed, but let me just check real quick. Yeah. Oh, and it's not concentration either, which is interesting. Yeah, so I guess if you're ending your turn there, you can roll a d20. Tell me if you get an 11 or above.
Damn it, I got 5.
So you cast this spell and you feel that sort of connection to the ethereal plane, and you hope that you vanish, and you don't.
Oh, fail epically.
And next up is Ralvio. It is your turn. I'm going to say that you are probably about maybe 120 feet from the tavern itself, but you don't know where anything else is inside of it.
Right. So sadly, I don't collect any money or gold from my my adoring crowd. But
Probably not.
Yeah, but I run towards the place and say and yell, "Stand back! Powerful flame is about. Powerful inferno will come soon." Because I assume I can't run 120 feet in one turn.
You can run 60 feet if you use your action to dash.
Yeah, and that's what I do.
All right. So you get 60 feet closer. And then it is the giant lobster thing's turn.
I'm hoping they're annoyed at you guys and they leave me alone.
Well, but
I think I can try to tank it.
All I've done
think-
so far is trying to charm things, so
it might be annoyed at us, but now we know who we're feeding to it when it looks really angry.
So it takes its claws and it is going to make 2 attacks at you, Elk. It absolutely whiffs it with an 11. I don't think that hits your AC, does it?
My AC is 14.
Yeah, it misses. It goes for you, but you instantly just whack its claw with your fist. And it whiffs it even harder. as it goes for you with its claw again, and you just shove the claw away with your axe, and it just stands there. One of the crabs, and that's the end of its turn. So the next crab, well, the only other crab that there is, it's going to move towards you, Dvang, and it's going to try and attack you with a 19.
Oh dear.
So
19.
it hits. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Oof. You take 2 bludgeoning damage. And its claw is wrapped around you. You are considered grappled. And that is the end of its turn. The other...
Do I take 2 points off my hit points? Is that the thing?
Yes. Then the other crab is going to go up to you, Elk, and is going to try and hit you. And it rolled a 19.
Oh,
And you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And it
4.
latches onto you with its claw.
Eita preula.
And that is the end of all of their turns. So back up to the top, we have you, Dvang. You are currently have a crab claw around your waist with a crab next to you, and you have a giant lobster thing. And then you have your friend who is being grabbed by a crab, and your other friend in the back pressed up against the wall who just squeezed his eyes shut, and then his eyes popped back open with like a, oh shit.
I think friend is putting it strongly.
Maybe.
Some bloke who I once walked down the road and saw some crabs with. That's really, as far as the relationship goes at this point. I thought that Elk was before me last time around, wasn't he?
Yes, I
yes. So you're in a similar situation. So what would you like to do?
They don't look like they are intelligent to speak with us.
No.
Well, then neither are you, though. So
Yeah.
He has 10 intelligence. He's smart as an average person.
is he as smart as an average couch crab?
Yeah. I don't want to kill them. I just want them to get out. The lobster creature, it looks how of healthy. It looks very, very.
You have definitely
Damaged?
taken it. It looks damaged, not very damaged, but definitely damaged.
With my axe on hands, I scream to it. Back off! I don't want to kill you, but evolve, and I try one hit one again to see the reaction of this creature. 6 plus 12. I don't think.
6 plus.
No.
So is it 12?
It's 12. It's 12.
Yeah, as you swing.
No. Yes, it's 12. It's 12.
As you swing your axe, this creature's claw comes up and blocks it in a very similar way to what you did on its turn when it tried to attack you.
Yeah.
And it kind of bats your axe away and continues. So you'd like to make another attack?
Yeah. 11 plus 6 at 17.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Damage is 1 plus 5.
So -6. Yep, this thing seems to only recognize you are hurting it, and it does not like being hurt. So it is going to try and hurt you back. And that is the end of your turn. So Dvang, you are up next.
Would so I've got crab like all around my waist.
Yes.
Can't really move. Would it? I can't remember what my darkness power is. What that? I was wondering if I could make the room dark to try and.
So yeah, darkness creates a magical 20-foot radius sphere of magical darkness, meaning no one can see unless they can see in magical darkness, which, as far as I'm aware, no one can see in magical darkness in this group.
Me, oh, that won't be any use then. We don't want that. No. That's all I can do is try and sickle it again. The thing that's got me, I suppose. I'll just do that.
Yep. So roll an attack roll.
11 plus 3. Is that right? Dexterity?
And proficiency.
Which is what?
+3.
Oh, so plus 6 then. So then that's 17.
Yes, that hits. So roll damage.
That's come up with 2. And I plus 3 again, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so 5.
All right. I'm assuming you're just going to attack again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the attack again. That's 13 plus 6, so 19.
Yes, that hits.
And then 3 plus 3, 6.
Yep. So 6 plus, what was the last one? 5?
5, yeah.
All right. And then anything else you'd like to do?
It's still grabbing me, is it?
Yes, it is. But it looks very injured.
Well, can I aim with a flurry of blows again? Is that a thing?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So you can mark off another key point and make an attack roll.
Again on the D20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 4 plus 6, so 10.
As you punch at it, you come in at an odd angle and you hit the shell and your fist bounces off of it. Since you spent a key point, you can do one more unarmed strike.
Okay, well, I'll do that. Then. Oh, that's 5, so that makes it 11.
All right. Yep. And you punch again and still at a weird angle and your fist bounces off the shell. And that is the end of your turn. So John, you have not successfully blinked and you are still in the room.
Right. Big fail. All right, let's attack then. So I'm going to use my cantrip Toll of the Dead. Is the crab that's holding on to, is it Dvang? Is it still alive?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with that one because when I use Toll of the Dead, if they've already taken hit points, I do extra damage. I roll a d12 instead.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, and since you're all 5th level, that means it does 2d12, not 1d12, which is nice.
Sweet.
And it rolled a 3. So it doesn't matter what you roll. It had 2 hit points. You're rolling 2d12. It dies. This bell rings out as you point at this crab, and its shell, its exoskeleton along its back, just crack, just splits open as you can smell a little bit of cooked meat inside. And its claw loosens, lets go of you, Dvang, as it clunk hits the floor.
Poor crab.
Oh, we can eat them
Van's
later.
gonna thank me later.
So is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Can I roll for the blink again?
Yes.
Is it still in time? Okay. Let me get
It's up
the
for a
dice back
minute
up.
unless you dismiss it.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
And I'm
13. 13 this time.
So you do vanish into the ethereal plane. The ethereal plane is kind of a bizarre, shadowy version, as if almost like an old tiny film grain filter has been over it. And your vision is reduced to about 60 feet. But you can see you've successfully blinked and you can walk backwards through the wall.
Sweet.
10 feet. And Elk, you had a question?
Yes. It's just about the situation. What the other people in the tavern are doing?
They're all running. They've all run.
Yeah.
Even the little weasel guy?
You do not see the little weasel.
Dun, dun,
Weird. Should we
dun.
talk to him? Damn it.
Does the innkeeper have insurance? It's important to know.
You don't know.
I feel bad for the guy. He was a good host, and we just destroyed property with giant crabs.
He can bring up with a mayor. They're already mad at him anyway, so.
Yeah. The crabs are because the mayor.
So next up is Ralvolio. It will take your whole turn to get there. You are 60 feet away and you can run at 60 feet. So at the end of your turn, you do make it to the door to see through the glass window. There are 2 dead gigantic crabs on the floor. There is one that is holding on to your barbarian friend. And there is a giant lobster thing that you've never seen before that is currently clashing its claws very threateningly. And we go to that thing, which is once again going to make 2 attacks. And it is going to attack Elk first because he's been doing the most damage to it. And he rolled a 15 plus 6. So I think that hits. And whoops. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as its claw wraps around you. So you now have a crab and this giant lobster thing grabbed onto you. And
The
it's
crab
actually,
was grabbing me?
yes, there was a
good for
crab grabbing onto you. And it's actually going to take its second claw and go for you, Dvang, since you are clearly going to hit it.
And unfortunately, I'm the only person left in the room now.
Bye.
So
Dawn
it rolls.
is with Frodo Baggins. So they are in another place.
I was gonna
talking
do
with
the back then.
Sauron. You cannot hide.
So
I'm
it
finishing off the
rolled
beer.
22 to hit you, and you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and it grabs onto you. So you now have it grabbing onto you, and it's holding you with both of its claws.
Me?
One is holding on to Elk, one is holding on to Dvang. It has its claws full. And the crab, it's just going to hold on to you. So they're just holding on to you. And so we move back up to the top with you, Elk.
I don't know if this is stupid, but I have animal handling.
You
Should
can
I
certainly try.
Whoa. Oh, shoo. Take it easy, take it easy. It's wisdom. Well, it's +2. Let's try it. 10.
The big lobster thing doesn't seem phased. The crab, however, with a 12, surprisingly, it kind of looks at you and it just lets you go.
Oh.
Now kill it.
You don't get a vote anymore. You stay out of it.
I'm gone.
So I will say, in order to try and do that, that did sadly take your action.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to try and do on your turn?
I don't know. Dvang, do you want to talk with those things?
And up next, it is Dvang's turn.
Well, I think literally the only thing that I can do is just to try and sickle them again.
So which one are you sickling?
Probably the one that's holding on to me. I can't remember who. Is it the lobster?
It died.
Oh wait.
Oh
But
wait,
yeah,
no, the
it
lobster
died.
is
The shell
grappling
is
onto
open.
you. The giant lobster does have you in its claws.
Yeah, so I've got a lobster claw around me. I think I'll probably, on balance, I'll probably choose to try and sickle the lobster. Man, creature. So yeah, let's give that a go. I've rolled a 17 plus my usual 6, so that'd be 23.
Yep, that hits.
Right at last. And so then 3 I've rolled, so that's 6, isn't it? Damage.
Yes. And then you have your second attack.
Cool. Same again. I can't see if that's. I'll just roll it again because I can't see if it's 11 or 4. 9 plus 6, so 15.
That hits. Oh wait, nope, it doesn't hit. As you swing with your sickle, it hits a particularly thick part of this creature's armor, and it kind of bounces off of it. So you still have your bonus action, and if you'd like to flurry of blows, you can, or try something else.
Yeah, I might have a flurry, but well, what do I have? What was my other option other than a flurry of blows?
You could stunning strike.
Yeah. Stun the
Which
creature.
Okay, well, let's give that a go. Let's do a stunning strike. Why not? Since
I don't think we need to kill these creatures. We don't know nothing about it.
only a crab and a lobster.
Elk, you started this. This was you. We're gonna finish the job.
The mayors started. I just was passionate about it. Ah! Next time I will not hit first. I promise.
Oh, please do. You're the barbarian one.
I will try to be friends with them.
So roll your attack roll for the punch.
17 plus the 6.
Yes.
So 23.
So that hits. Roll damage. And if you're doing the stunning strike, spend another key point.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so that makes it 8.
Well, it has to save, which it does not do because it rolled a 6. I forget what it was, but it doesn't have anything that'll get it close to your key save DC. So it is stunned. You punch it, and as you punch it, you hit a particular meaty part of it. And under your fist, you feel its muscles seize up and it just stops. So it is stunned until the beginning of your next turn. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Well, I quite like. It's passed out now, so I'm not in its claws anymore.
No, it is just stunned. It's not unconscious, so it is still holding on to you.
Well, then I don't think there's anything else that I can do, really. I'm stuck in a lobster claw, so I think I'd have to hope that I'm going to lose in another realm now. So can't hope Dian helping out, but maybe our circus performer friend will come in and help me.
So, moving on to John. At the beginning of your turn, you do come out of the ethereal plane, standing outside, and you see Ralvio with his hand on the door, ready to just bust on through. But you are outside the tavern.
All right. Can I shout to Ralvio and be like, yo, don't make any brash decisions straight away? Can I move around to the front of the tavern so that I can make an attack from a distance?
Yes, you can. Ralvio is standing there with the door kind of open a little bit already. So you can just fire over the shoulder.
Sweet. Let's do another Toll of the Dead, another cantrip then.
All right, on which one?
The one that's holding Dvang. Let's try and save his ass.
All right, so the giant thing, and it is a wisdom save. It doesn't get any bonuses to this. And it rolled a 7.
Lobster creature is still holding Dvang and me?
Yes, it is. So it failed. So give me the damage.
A 9 and a 9, so 18.
Oof. Another bell rings out, and it shudders as there's more cracking and popping and hissing, as you can see its veins growing dark inside with this black ink, as some of its skin necrotizes underneath of its armor, but it is still up and kicking, but it definitely looks incredibly damaged now. And finally, of our player characters, Ralvio, you are up. You are at the tavern. You are about 20 feet away from these two. One is just a crab that seems to just be standing there now. And the other is this horrible lobster thing that has both of your newfound friends in its claws. That looks incredibly damaged.
How close are they together to each other? Those two things.
Everything is within 5 feet of each other.
Okay. Well, I'm not a very smart person, so I yell, "Stand back!" and use my wonderful spell,
I already
Burning
tried
Hands.
it.
What spell?
Burning Hands.
A lovely 15-foot cone.
Oh no. Bye, guys.
15-foot cone of flames.
Yay!
Because it's very fabulous. You guys have to throw a dexterity saving throw.
Let me check if that's at disadvantage because you're grappled. I think it is. But we will
I'm
see.
going to be on healing duty after this.
You probably are.
Game over.
I'm gonna...
Appearing now scream, you're dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. You do not roll at disadvantage from being grappled, interestingly. So you just get a regular roll. So just a plain dexterity saving throw.
What dice is that?
That is a d20 plus whatever the dexterity save is.
+2.
9.
Ooh.
Whoa.
16,
Well, how
you
about-
said?
My eyebrows.
And I've got like a +2 dexterity modifier thing, so that's 18, yeah?
Yes, that would be 18. So you take half damage, I think, but Elk will take full damage. And you catch the lobster creature, and the lobster creature failed, and the crab failed. So roll me the burning hands damage.
Yeah, it's very fabulous. It's 3 of these.
666.
What's that? I'm not good at math. It is 4 plus 4, that's 8, plus 5, that's 13, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So half of 13 would be 6. So Dvang, you take 6. Elk, you take 13 points of fire damage. You bake and boil the crab alive. It is dead.
Oh, gross.
And the
We are
horrifying lobster
Horrible
thing
people.
is also practically baked alive, but it is somehow still standing. Its armor charred, but it's still standing there, absolutely stock still. The crab is dead. It can't take its turn. So back up to the top with Elk.
Did lobster take a turn? Was the-
I said stand back, man.
Like patting
The
Ralvio
fight
on the
is
back, being like,
over,
good
right?
one.
The fight is over.
No,
No.
the lobster.
The lobster still.
The giant lobster thing is still holding on to you, but it seems locked in place from whatever Dvang did when he punched it.
Michael.
We're not having Thermidor yet.
I wonder if all this shellfish meat might be a good financial benefit to the town. And really, we've done them a favor. They might be able to pay for the renovations to the inn off the back of all this giant crab meat that they can sell.
Came out a
You
large
spend
cost
your
of your
turn
hit points.
wondering this.
Actually very, very awful. I passed my turn. I don't know what to do.
All right. So you stand there like just staring. So yep. Dvang, it is your turn now. And at the beginning of your turn, oh wait, no, it's the end of your turn. It's the end of your turn. I forget that it's a completely overpowered ability. So you can take your turn. This thing is so injured.
How injured is it?
So it's not quite dead, but probably almost dead.
It is hanging on by a thread.
Okay, well then can I just stickle it a bit and just see if we can just smash its last bits of armor?
You certainly can.
Right, let's have a go at that. Got 8 plus 6, so 14.
That does not hit. Once again, you hit a very thick part of its armor. And you can attack again if you would like.
Yeah, well, why not? Let's see. Again, 8 plus 6, so 14.
Oof. You're hitting a lot of very thick parts of its armor. It's kind of hard with you and its claw for you to reach some of the softer parts. You do still have your bonus action.
Well, I could do my little flurry of punches, see if that gets anywhere. That's not a key skill thing, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
To do 1 is free, but to do 2 is a key point.
Okay, well, I'll just do 1 because.
Yep, you can do 1.
Yeah, I'll do that. Also, I've rolled a 20 plus 6, so 26.
Yeah, you punch into, instead of trying to reach its body, you punch its claw, just bringing your hand down on it, and you hit a very soft part of the joint. So roll damage.
6 plus 3, 9.
You hit it and you hear a very loud crunch. And since now it is the end of your turn, or just about, you feel this thing unseize, and at that point it does let go of both of you and it shrieks in pain. And we move on to Dian. You are outside looking at this thing. It has just let go of both of your friends. It looks super close to death.
Another toll of the dead then. Let's finish it off.
All right.
Nailing this coffin.
Oof, it rolled a 2.
Oh, sweet. That's what I like. All right, let's do this roll. A 12 and a 5.
You cast Toll the Dead once again. The bell rings out. It shrieks, and the tentacles almost seem to seize up at various odd right angles before its head just explodes and its body onto the floor. And that is the end of all of those creatures. You are out of initiative. And as you are standing there in shock, the little weasel pops up from behind the counter, and that was very good. And it scurries over the counter. Well, what brings you to drowning? This is the weasel talking as it stands on the bar, hands on hips.
Dvang, I only trust you with conversation now.
Well, after my successes with the mayor, where my conversation only transformed him into 3 giant crabs and a lobster.
Well, I'm always looking for people in need of entertainment, but you guys are looking for people.
They're also looking a little bit crispy. After you coned them.
I'm still recovering from that, yeah. Well, what I'm thinking, though, it's lovely to meet the weasel man, but so far we just came out for like a little walk down the road and we've ended up getting attacked by like giant crustaceans. So I'm thinking maybe we just go home and look at the starfish on the way out and just wonder what the hell's going on. I don't know.
I don't want to be here anymore.
We should have just spent longer looking at the starfish after all. Yeah. I don't know what to say to the little. Okay, well, I would like to ask the little weasel man, who the hell are you, and what's going on? How come you're a weasel?
Well, I am Maximilian Dupree, a wizard.
All right, Max.
I have been sent here by the local magic academy over in Darkmoor to investigate the disappearances, and I hadn't been getting much luck. But seems you guys got a lot more done. So I sadly will have to return very soon to report my findings, but I do have some information, if you'd like some, of course.
Of course I would. Bring it on, Max.
All right. Well, of my investigation, I couldn't get anything out of the mayor. But there is something interesting. I went through and I found the oldest poster, and he reaches into his vest and pulls out a really tattered, wrinkled poster and sets it down on the bar and kind of slides it to the edge. As you can see, the first person to disappear of all of these disappearances is Dahlia Moore, Dudley Moore's sister. I'm not exactly sure how she disappeared, but she was definitely the first one. Which of course, suspicious. Additionally, as I'm sure you are aware, as you saw from the way in, and he stands and he kind of wiggles his little weaselly fingers a little bit, and appearing on the bar is a map traced in purple light. You would recognize this as the cantrip Prestidigitation. The city, the town of Gasp, is under the lake. I have a feeling that there's something down there. My instinct says hags, but I've been wrong before.
Like all wizards.
And he just kind of gives you a very weaselly side eye and then just looks back to the map. I'm sure there's something down there, but seeing as how, I'm not exactly in a state to go there. But I think there is someone who does know what's down there. His name, checking my notes, is Silas Bonaparte. He is on a boat. Well, I say boat. It's shipwrecked on the shore of the lake called the Dark Lady. He carves wood and he opens his vest and he pulls out this huge wooden horse, which is impossible for him to fit in his coat, but he somehow pulls it out. He carves these. I haven't been able to get anything out of him, but if you were able to get that out of the mayor, maybe you could get something out of this. Who knows? But he's been very tight-lipped, and I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, well, if you could get something out of him, maybe you can. Also, I have a suspicion that there are ghosts around that might be fiddling, particularly with the mayor. Sometimes mirrors and glass fogs up around him and it gets super cold and he gets super scared. I saw it when he was in his house once. He was hiding in his room. And of course, I can climb all kinds of things now. And I saw it through the window, but I haven't been able to get close enough to him to figure out what's going on with the ghosts. But that's all I have. I don't have anything else.
Wait. You are a wizard, and you are a wizard investigating the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell us at least what you think is going on? Because what are those things?
Oh, well, they were giant crabs, except for the big lobster thing. That was a creature known as a chul, and those are only found in the ocean.
And what are these creatures were doing here?
That feeds into my hag theory. I think somebody made a very bad deal with a bunch of very nasty hags that live under the lake. But that's just my theory. It could be anything. No, I haven't. That's the problem. They turn up eventually. I've been here a month. I haven't seen them at all. But, I mean, why else would there be sea creatures here? And especially, why else would they get a stroke of luck and then experience disappearances of citizens?
You said that the sister of the mayor was the first one to disappear.
Yes.
When she disappeared, did you know?
About 3 years ago.
So I have a theory that is in no way based on making snap judgments on people, but the mayor, Dudley Moore, looked totally like the kind of person who would have an inappropriate relationship with his sister. And I think that the sea hag people have maybe like kidnapped his sister and have given him the boon for the town of whatever this big windfall is that he wouldn't tell us about and he couldn't tell us about. But the trade-off for that is that he has to allow the sea hag people to steal the 60 62 people over the last 3 years and have their souls or whatever under the ocean, under the lake in the abandoned village. And that's my theory. And I feel like we've solved it really. Through job done. We don't need to Bonaparte. We've got this.
I mean, it's certainly a possibility, but I mean, I don't know how they're making the people disappear. I don't know where they're going. And hags,
I think more magic
generally have a plan, which means they're doing something. And when it comes to hags, a lot of things can happen.
I think we should talk to this Silas man. I think he might know more information.
Yeah, like what do wizards know anyway? They just read all their books and stuff. Like they don't know how to investigate real mysteries. Stupid wizards.
Well,
Oh, no.
it wasn't the wizard that did this, right?
Well, I don't know. Like he just appeared out of nowhere, little weasel guy.
Well, offensive comments about wizards aside, I guess I should probably take my information that I have with me so that I can do a little bit more research.
In your books?
Yes, with my books, which are helpful. And I wish you luck with whatever your endeavors are.
Well, I'm a little lost. Are we going to help you, or are you gonna help us?
He's gonna go home and write a book about the mystery he didn't solve.
I'm not going to write a book about the mystery I didn't solve. I am going to take the information to the staff of night so that if they have to send people in, they can. But if you guys want to help, you guys seem perfectly capable. If you guys want to help, you certainly can.
Well, I think we should handle the case from here because obviously you can't be trusted to do anything.
We'll see about that.
Of use.
I'm thinking that we are probably likely to help, except for Jan, who will probably run away. But I think we could go and see. We could go to the Dark Lady and try and speak to Silas Bonaparte and see what the hell his deal is. Maybe we could take him something that would like sweeten the deal. Maybe we should look around the town and see if there's anything he might want. If he's been unhelpful in the past. What do you guys think?
The only thing here is fish, fish, and more fish.
There's beer. The innkeeper will give us lots of beer in exchange for...
There could be a stuffed weasel.
Don't make me use my spells, circus man. I will.
They are secretly in love.
Doesn't he have to like prepare them? Don't you have to prepare them and read your little books before you can do any spells?
I've already done that. Thank you very much.
Cute.
Stop pissing off the weasel. Oh my god.
I'm all out of charm spells, so I can't do anything.
Well,
I believe we can help you.
Great. So I guess you're holding down the fort while I pop back and get reinforcements if necessary. I mean, for all I know, you could have this totally handled. But, well, I'm going to have to go. But I certainly wish you luck.
Did you have at least some some birds from me for me?
I mean, if you really want something, the only thing that I have is, and he kind of reaches over the bar and pulls out this cloak made out of fish skin. If you want this,
I mean, some healing potion, anything, because
No, I didn't bring any potions with me. I packed as lightly as possible.
He was busy reading his books, preparing his spells.
I see.
He's actually going to. What's your AC, by the way?
Oh,
Which one of us?
Yours.
Mine.
Uh-huh.
What's an AC? That's the on top.
Armor class, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm super sexy at an armor class of 12.
Yeah. A bolt of fire comes out of the weasel's finger and hits you right in the foot
Whoa.
for 8 points of fire damage.
Oh
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
I resist fire because I'm the master of fire.
Very true. So you would take 4 points of fire damage instead.
Oh, did I hit a nerve? Did I?
He's going for
Maybe.
more.
Don't test me. I have a lot more than that, and I don't want to blow this tavern down. Well, I guess that's probably my cue to leave. So
I looked at Dvang and John and when I bet that they are gonna make out later.
and the weasel at this point kind of puts his hands together and he whispers something, and there's a blue glow before he vanishes.
Should have taken that cloak.
But he just vanished. It doesn't appear any sea creature.
I think gold for that.
Nice.
Did he leave behind the little fishy coat? Is that still here? Have we got that, or did our friend piss him off enough that he took away his fishy coat?
The fish cloak is still there.
Oh, good. We've got a little fishy cloak. At least we can pretend to be a fish.
What is this fishy cloak?
A disguise.
You don't know.
Disguise.
Well, I am not wearing that.
Let's go around and go. Hope for the best.
I think we can just take it, stick it in a bag. Maybe we might find out that Silas Bonaparte, I think it was his name, he might have a like super be into like fish-based fashion, and we might be able to
Maybe a
trade it.
really strong affinity for a cloak made of fish.
Yeah, who doesn't love a cloak made of fish?
Me.
So what do you guys want to do?
So one of my characters' traits is that they want to try and help people a lot. It's like one of their like vindications. So I reckon we go talk to the Silas person and start helping the town folk as soon as possible.
Yeah. Didn't he said that he is going to investigate, and then later we're gonna see him again, right?
I wouldn't trust that little weasel.
What's your problem with him?
I think they might have a history or something.
Yeah.
I think we should listen to the handsome cleric guy who, if I am correct, you're like out of character now. Like your race, isn't that the one that looks kind of like angels?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's sexy. Yeah. let's listen to you.
I didn't knew this. You are an angel.
Yes. The wings didn't give it away, right?
How how your character look? I was thinking about other thing.
Well, not too far off the picture that I drew in our chat. I can use a javelin. I got wings, so I can fly up to 30 feet. And you also know I can vanish when you really, really need me.
You're like very cubic too. You can fit into like square spaces.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the square head in that drawing. Oh, that was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, Aasimar race. So yeah.
What do we vote? Do we vote that we go to the Dark Lady and see the Boner Man, or we'll just kind of chill out here in the pub?
That we've destroyed completely.
They might put us to work, might have to wash up or something. Maybe that's not right.
I vote let's go see this Silas dude. Let's
Yes,
see what he's made of.
I agree.
I'm gonna save the intimidation tactics this time.
That did escalate things, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
There was a finger chopping, I think, that took it too far. Threatening that.
Probably.
So as you guys walk down to the shore, there are...
Oh, 1 second. Can we do
Oh.
a hit point check? Is anyone near death? Is anyone almost dead?
Out of my original 35, I'm down to 13.
13.
Oof.
Oh,
I'm
bitch, you
with-
almost gone.
I'm on 18. I had
18.
45.
I mean, that
Oh.
guy barely cinched me, so I'm at
No
16.
sweat off your back.
I'm glad the
Alright.
fire didn't damage you. Most of my damage has come from your fire. So
I told you to stand back.
I was being helped by giants.
Well, I'm considering using a level 2 spell, the mass healing word.
That
Healing
does
word?
multiple people, not
Yeah,
multiple hit points, and it only does 1d4 per level above 2.
I'm just saying because I can only then use my level 1 healing word on one person, right?
Yes, but it does
And that's
more as you use a higher spell
One
slot.
of you, one of you might die.
It's a chance I'm willing to take.
So I'm probably okay. Let's go for healing words, and then can I use a level 3 spell slot? I'm gonna write that
Yes.
down.
So it would be 3d4 plus your wisdom, I believe.
Level 3 spell slot. Okay, so 3d4 plus my wisdom. Okay. Number 1 is 4. Then 4 and 4. 4, 4, 4. And then plus my wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
which is plus 4. So what's that?
16 points, 16 hit points back.
Not that much,
Dude.
but better than nothing. And that's
All of
that's for
us?
elk. That's for elk because I
Oh,
feel like
okay.
if we
Ah.
need to attack, you're gonna need to do it. So you might be the one that's in a little bit of danger.
Thank you.
It's all right.
16.
Yes.
Yes.
$34.
So since that didn't take very long,
Thank you very much.
Is it a thing that we could have like a rest to
yes.
cover some of like the thingy points?
Yes. So that is a short rest, which takes about an hour, or a long rest, which takes 8 hours, and you just get everything back.
It only takes me 4 hours because I meditate.
Right. Well, you still have to take the full 8 hours of not doing strenuous activity, but it's the 4 hours that you're in a trance, because elves. But a short rest is only 1 hour, and you guys can roll up to the amount of hit dice that you have and regain those hit points. And you, Dvang, would get your key points back.
I'd quite like those back because it would be quite useful. I've used all but one, and we might need stunning strike or something like that.
Sure, let's stay up behind. Have a beer.
Well, I got my
for an hour.
spells back as well. Spell slots back. after a long
No,
rest.
those only come back on long rests.
Okay.
But yeah, let's gossip with the barkeep about the stupid weasel and rest for an hour. Sounds good. And I need the mechanics again. So what do I roll?
So you're a sorcerer, so you have 5d6. So you would
Okay.
roll a d6, add your constitution modifier, and then you gain those hit points back.
So I gain 3 back.
But you can do up to 5. Since you're level 5, you have 5 hit dice, so you can spend up to 5.
Oh, okay. Well, in that
So if any of
case,
you would like to do that, you certainly can.
I'm totally healed. At my maximum of 20.
I have full health.
I'm lost here. I don't get it. We recover healthy points. How? Sleeping.
A short rest is just a period of not doing anything too strenuous. So just like sitting at the bar drinking counts as like a short rest. You don't actually have to sleep.
Okay.
It's the long rest where you would generally sleep.
So we just have this little rest at the bar. What's
Yeah,
the plan?
it's just a breather.
We're gonna do what after? Gonna see the wizard. The
The
seamless.
beautiful angel said we should visit Silas. Oh, what's his face?
Only part.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so how much I recover in this little
So your hit dice are a d12 because you're a barbarian.
D12?
So you would roll that and then add your constitution modifier and you get back that much. And you can spend up to 5 of them.
9 plus 2, 11. Oh, I'm totally recovered. John and the beer recovered me.
So what do I roll? Am I an 8?
You're a monk, so you have a d8.
D8.
Yeah.
And then my constitution is +3. So no, I rolled a 1 +3. So I gained 4 health.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can spend up to 5. So currently you've spent 1. So you can spend up to 5.
So I just keep doing that.
Yeah. Until you either are comfortable with whatever hit point you've gotten to or you've spent all of them.
When you say spend, this is like the most, like if I use them all now, I can't use them later.
So if you take another short rest, you can't use ones you haven't spent. On a long rest, you get half of them back. So you would get 3 back.
So on, yeah, well, I'll do another one. So that time I've got 4 plus 3, so that's another 7. That would take me up to 24 out of 35. Yeah, I'll just stick with that. I'm up to 24. After 2.
All right. So an hour passes in the bar. The barkeep seems...
We thought about this before we chatted with the Weasel Man. We could have been doing this while we were chatting with him.
Very true. You technically can have done that. So if you would like, you can head straight out to Silas Bonaparte.
Okay.
So the Dark Lady is not that hard to find. It is a rather large fishing vessel that is just sitting on the beach. It seems that it hit a very large rock and had part of the side ripped out of it. And the wood has been repurposed into an entrance into the lower deck. Additionally, the sails have been pulled off and have been made into a little makeshift awning. And there is a bunch of collected driftwood that's sitting around. And you see this kind of older man with a peg leg out front, carving and whittling these pieces of wood. As you get closer, you see that he definitely has a lot of these little pieces of wood everywhere that he's whittled. And you notice that they are all horses. They're all horse-shaped. Some of them have riders, some of them don't, but they are all horses. And as you get closer, he kind of looks up and gives you a little wave. And he just goes, "Aye, how you doing today?" As he keeps whittling away at this little statuette in his hand that is also a horse.
Hey there.
I thought this town was all about crabs.
Very beautiful.
A lot of strange things here.
Haven't seen a lot of
Hoping he
strange
doesn't summon a
horses.
centaur this time.
What?
And let's hope he doesn't disappear and summon a centaur this time. I don't want to fight one of them. That's been a lobster.
Well, I don't think there's any centaurs around here. Just a lot of fish.
I've heard that there might be some hags. Do you have any information on those?
Yes and no.
What will it take for that to be just a yes?
I don't quite know,
What if
to be honest.
beautiful wooden statues from you? Could that come with some information?
That depends.
Hmm. How
Hags are incredibly powerful people with a lot of magic at their disposal.
Does that mean that
But,
you're scared of them?
But I know all about magic. I'm much better than anyone ever, and I produce flame in my hand to show him how cool I am.
That's a
don't have to
very
worry.
nice trick, but once again, hags have a lot of power.
I produce another flame.
Your first one goes out because you can't have two of them active. So you try and ta-da!
Are you saying that you are going to use flames on the underwater hags? I seem like I see a problem with using flames on underwater hag people.
Indeed.
Doomed to fail from the outset, really. Just
Maybe the fish cloak helps.
maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh, Silas, would you like a fish, a coat made of fish in exchange for information?
I don't know. Will it, and at that point you see him, his jaw kind of moves up and down like he's trying to say something, but no sound comes out.
Are you under any spell, sir?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Do you need your lawyer present? Sorry.
Lawyers are too expensive and I don't trust them.
I think I might be able to use a spell detect magic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Am I
you can.
I did not write down how it works though, so let me just quickly check it.
I'm checking it as well.
I have it right here. Here it is. You need to concentrate for 10 minutes, and then you can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
All right.
And you just do it. It's an first level divination thing.
Yeah.
So just use a spell slot. Cool, let's do it. Let me get really concentrated.
He is surrounded by enchantment magic. Additionally, the fish cloak has transmutation magic on it. And then, of course, you see the glows of your various magical items that you have, but you're used to seeing those.
What do you see? What do you see?
Well,
Share
I'm
with
thinking
us.
about the enchantments, about possibly using dispel magic. It's a level 3. What do you
I
guys
have to
think?
check something.
Mhm.
Oh, I am now also running out of spell slots.
Yes, you certainly are.
Think of how quickly we can solve this mystery if we just destroy his silence spell. It's perfect.
Well, it doesn't say that it can't do it. So I'm going to say yes, but you are definitely going to have to roll for it.
Okay.
Let me check how to roll that. Because there's a specific DC that you need.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, I know what it is. So give me, I believe I shut the book before I knew what you're supposed to be rolling.
If it's something I'm really crap in, can I decide not to do it?
Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So it would be your wisdom.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm pretty high.
So you would just
I got
roll a
8.
d20.
Yeah.
And then add your wisdom.
Okay. All right, moment of truth, boys.
Mhm.
Da, da, da.
I'm just getting the dice back up. D20. An 18. And wait, the wisdom modifier is +4. +4 for wisdom. Don't make me do math.
Oh, damn. Okay. So as you cast this dispel magic, you at first find it very hard to dispel this. Whatever was used, there is a lot of power behind this. But you find one tiny little crack, and then the whole spell just shatters. And he jumps up. By the saints, oh my.
I hate horses.
Horses are the worst.
I hate it.
No. He goes,
If the hags
oh.
the manufacturing system for making horses. That's what the spell is.
Oh, thank you. They put a spell on me to prevent me from talking about it. There are hags under the lake, 3 of them, incredibly powerful.
Did you say beautiful?
Powerful.
Oh, okay. Not beautiful.
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
are not beautiful. I lost his voice for a second. His country accent came with the spell. They made a deal with the mayor in exchange for the occasional soul for their own nefarious purposes. He would become mayor of the town, and he would be rich. I think it is them that's filling the lake with fish. He wanted this very badly because his sister, Dahlia, was in line to be the mayor next, and I was supposed to marry her. So he drowned her in the lake. And the hags were very pleased. And I saw all of this from a distance. She wanted to meet me on the shore. I was gonna propose to her that night, but of course that wasn't to be. The hags did a terrible ritual, and they summoned a creature known as a kelpie, and he picks up the statue of a horse. It's been taking people one by one, 62 of them, and drowning them in the lake. I don't know why, but that is what they seem to be doing. Of course, now that their spell has been broken, I'm sure you've gotten their attention. I've did a little bit of my research, and I know hags form covens. And in order to do so, to keep them all together, they need something called a hag eye. If they don't have it, they don't have powers. And they need to get a new one. And that takes a long time because they need to do a very complicated ritual. They can give this hag eye to other people, and I think the mayor has the hag eye somewhere in his house so he can talk to them. I'm just going to try and stay out of this. I'm going to try and not die, but if you want to break up the hag coven and stop whatever they're doing, the mayor might be a good place to go. I don't know
But
if
she
he
was
has
the love of your life. Do you
and
not
she's
want
dead.
revenge?
She's dead, and there's not much that I can do about it. It's been 3 years. I've had time to make my peace.
I understand.
Quitter.
I mean,
Well,
these hags are now going to know I've broken their spell. That's not a good thing.
they probably already
Regret.
do.
They're coming for you. Oh dear.
I'm going to be pointing the finger. I'm going to use blink again.
You said that you made your own research. Did you find anything about the crabs?
I think that the hags were creating them. They were using magic to fill the lake with fish, but they're of the sea, not of lakes. They can breathe underwater, but they can't make freshwater fish. So, crabs for everyone then.
Well, so I guess we have to see the mayor. Suddenly, the Dvang idea of
Didn't you guys just talk to the mayor?
We did speak to the mayor while you were out entertaining the
People.
townsfolk, and we certainly broke the ice with the mayor. I'm not sure he's going to be super happy to see us though when we turn up on his doorstep.
We don't technically need the mayor, or we're just looking for the eye, right? The hag's eye.
The hag eye. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe one of us can distract the mayor with an exciting magic show while we go and find the hag eye in his house.
or we can convince him to give us the eye himself.
Well, intimidating them.
Yes, the bank give us the idea to chop his finger off.
I mean, if I can get within 1,000 feet of the object, I could locate it with magic.
Oh, well, I'm sure. Like, his house isn't going to be that big. Surely, it's a tiny village. We just need to stand outside his house and find it.
Yeah, of course.
That's if it's there.
I think we should go to his house. Silas, do you know where the mayor's house is?
Oh, wait, this man is Silas?
Yes.
Yes. Alex.
I told you.
Alex just going.
In my I thought that this man carving the horses was other person, not Silas. Sorry.
Bless you, Elk.
Silas just kind of looks around confused, like, okay.
Thank God you're beefy and strong, Elk. Got that going for you.
Well, if there's any time that you might find it, now would probably be a good time, at least to start, because who knows what they're coming with.
Can you
And-
give us directions to the mayor's house? while we're
Oh,
here?
it's simple. It's the biggest house in the village.
Is it larger than 1,000 feet wide, would you say?
I wouldn't say it's 1,000 feet, but I would say that it is certainly pretty big.
We're all good. We're all good then. We're all good.
It's also the nicest looking. So look for the nice hedges and the nice fence.
It sounds like it'd be worth a lot of money if the whole village didn't stink of dead fish.
Probably would.
Being his sister's betrothed, did you spend any time in the house?
Very little. But I
So you
do
wouldn't know
know.
Oh.
I do know that while his family was figuring out who was going to be mayor next, they did invite me over for dinner. And I did spend some time in his sister's room, of course. The office is where they keep everything. It is across the hall from his sister's room. I don't know if he's taken over it, but it is at the other end of the hall when you come up the stairs. You'll probably find it in there or on his person. If you're lucky, he might be in the office. Kill two birds with one stone.
No one's talking about killing at this point. You're very violent, Silas. I don't know what you've heard about us. We're just visitors.
Did you kill someone?
No, I don't think so. No, if the mayor's still alive, then no, we didn't kill anyone.
All right, then. Well,
We
I'll
killed.
leave you to that. I'm probably going to start packing up to leave town. So I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm wondering if we should chop off Silas's head and present it to the mayor as a show of strength of what we could do if he doesn't play ball.
What?
I think we should kill Silas and take his head and give it to the mayor in like this is what's going to happen to you if you don't give us the Haggai.
You do see
No.
Silas kind of reaching behind the chair of which he has a cutlass.
What are you going to whittle me to death? Come on, have a go. All right, we'll let you go.
He looks completely baffled.
Poor guy.
Traumatized.
Very.
I've been alone for like nearly 200 years. I'm not very up on like social things, I think.
I can tell.
Is anyone proficient in illusion? You could
Yes.
make an illusion of the Silas's head if you want to go down that route.
Oh, easily.
We could
Easily. But won't I be distracting people while you guys sneak in?
Well, that's one idea. Or we could go the strong arm method and be like, give us the fucking Haggai. Do that way.
Maybe he takes it off in his sleep if he's got it on his person.
I was going to say as well, last time we did the distracting thing, it meant that you didn't show up to the fight until way down the line, and then you barbecued us. So I was this time.
And we won.
Some of us won more than others. So I was just thinking maybe this time we try sticking together. Let's keep our fire
Probably.
rather than leaving him outside.
Yes.
That's an idea.
So I'm assuming
I
you're
don't know.
going straight to the mayor's house.
Well, I guess so. We don't have anywhere else to go. So only
We
place.
just go there, knock on the door, and say, "Hello again."
Well, I think first we can stand outside and just check that the Haggai is actually there using the 1,000 feet finding magic thing.
Mhm.
Then that's a start.
Nice, very nice.
And then we can decide then if we're going to do distraction or like break the door down.
I would like to highlight my utility in this current situation.
I think so far you're the ace in our hole.
That's what I've always wanted to be.
Quickly flipping to the spell so that I can
Just
look at it.
I just need to go to the toilet too. Be right back.
While we're on like a brief thing, when we had that rest time at the tavern,
Mhm.
I gained some hit points. Did I gain any of my key points?
All of them.
So they're all back.
Yes, they are all back.
I shall.
Oops. All right.
Does knowing about the Haggai mean that it's like familiar to me? Like I'm familiar enough for me to cast a spell?
I would say yes, simply because it is an object that is pretty self-explanatory. Like you're familiar enough with the concept of an eye that you can just go, oh yeah, it's an eyeball that's weird and magical. Find an eyeball that's weird and magical. It's not like a very specific, like, oh, it's a stamp that has, very specific significance or, something. It's a pretty self-explanatory object.
So if the mayor has a magical eye in his house, it probably is the Haggai, unless he's got a collection of magical eyes sitting around, which seems unlikely.
He did kill his
Wait.
own sister, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Wait, he had it on him, didn't he? Inside the tavern. That's what he used to cast the magic, no? Or he had some sort of object on, a necklace.
He did have a
Yes.
necklace on. You don't know what was in it.
We know what's in it. All right, chop off the head.
I think that he actually killed his sister because they were in a relationship with each other, and he was jealous that she was going to marry Silas, and all of this hag stuff is just in Silas's crazy mind.
Just a sprinkling of incest.
I mean, that would be very enticing, but like metagaming for a while, right? You did the spell, the hag's magic silence spell.
Yes.
There would be nothing to dispel
actually,
unless there had been a magical silence
very
spell.
true.
But I'm not clever enough to figure that out. I only have intelligence 7.
Well, I've got 15, and I'm picking up on your random idea. I think you're right. I'm lending my 15 intelligence onto that and saying, yeah, I think you're right.
It's just all imaginary.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll
wait for Elk.
I
before we
think
make a decision.
he's in the bathroom in the man's ship
Yeah,
house.
sorry. That's also why I had to go. For 5 seconds.
He's just in the ship somewhere,
Yeah.
Mhm.
taking a dump.
Oh, wardrobe.
Well, tell us more about these beautiful carven horses.
Well, I had to do something with my days. couldn't exactly go back to town. Only had my fishing business until that went under. Can't really do much else.
Did it go under because your ship was smashed? Is that why your business went under? Because it seems like the village itself is on a boom now with all of the sea fish.
And of course, also when the mayor doesn't like you. And when you have a hag curse on you, makes things a bit hard.
I see a lot of them still sitting around.
Yeah.
No one's really in the market for horses.
Not really. No. I think I'm going to have to move my business elsewhere. Elk, welcome back. You didn't miss much. We made jokes about you shitting in a wardrobe, and we talked about our plan a little bit more. So you didn't miss anything.
Very nice.
So I guess it is off to the mayor's house.
Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
What time of day is it?
It's probably getting close to nighttime.
Right. I'm just thinking maybe whatever we do at night, whether it's chopping his head off, stealing the necklace, or searching for it. I feel like the cover at night is probably going to be best.
Yes. And two of us can see in the dark, so that's very handy.
And you can also charm someone or just cast someone to see in the dark as well, correct?
Oh, yeah, is that a thing? I can give someone else dark vision. Yes, that's true.
Oh, I have dark vision too. Yeah.
There you go. We could be a party of dark visioners.
If I give Elk dark vision, if it gets dark, then we're all set. All four of us are good to go.
Yep.
Cool. That's three call attacks.
I mean, I have the cantrip light if we get desperate. So.
But that is a bright light, like holding up a candle.
Yeah, we can.
So it's like, hi, I'm here.
Yeah, well, I've arrived. Okay, no.
Hello.
My way's better. I have a roll. Let's go. Taxi.
So the mayor's house is not hard to locate. It is indeed the nicest house. Whereas all of the other houses are made of wood, only the second and third story seems to be made of wood. And it is made of a kind of what might be considered wattle and daub with the white plaster over it. Large stones make the base of the house. And it is surrounded by very tall hedges and very fancy looking topiaries. It's not the biggest yard, but it has enough room that there's a couple of them dotted around. And it is a fancy wrought iron fence. As you kind of scope it out a little bit, the gate seems to be pretty easy to unlock. Being able to reach your hand through the bars to unlock it, and the fence being rather low, you could probably climb over it. There are definitely lights on in the house. Since it is getting dark, it's not quite dark yet, but it's getting there. There are definitely lights on in the house, whether that means that the mayor is home or whether it is his servants or other people that may live in the house, you are not sure. But there is definitely people home. As the sun begins to set, as darkness begins to come in, what would you all like to do?
Smash it.
I was wondering if there was like a sneakier way of getting in and being seen, because I was thinking, doesn't someone have a fashion changing outfit that they could appear to be like some kind of visiting dignitary or something like that who would be welcomed in by the mayor? And that's you, isn't it? You've got the cloak. Yes, you've got the cloak. So, and luckily enough, You weren't with us in the inn when we spoke to the mayor, so you could go in wearing some kind of fancy outfit and get us inside by using that, maybe. Just an idea.
But like what could I do? I can juggle fireballs, I can breathe fire, I can do handstands. I'm not how can I what can I do?
So the powers of transmutation, can he transform into basically like anything he wants to, as long as it's roughly the same shape, a bit like the Sky Self?
No, he can only do that with the clothes, with his costume. He can make his costume look like whatever he wants, but he cannot change himself unless he has the disguise self spell.
But I can. I've got disguise self, and I could either do that, or I could potentially pretend to be his dead sister and scare him out of the house.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that.
Well, that's creepy.
I
That's
like
really nice.
Or we could just smash him if you want.
You can scare him, and then we smash him.
Oh yeah, smashy. All right, we got a plan of attack then. Any other ideas?
Scare him, chop head off, take necklace. Boom, boom, boom.
Don't let me die, please.
I think we can ask him nicely before if he wants to give us the
That'll give away our
eyes.
plan of surprise.
Okay.
There's really
They
nothing.
want to go in and steal it.
So I could stand outside and keep lookout using my dark vision. I could do that.
Why don't all of you guys stay outside? Because I'm not sure I trust Smashy and Cone of Fire to come with me, to be fair.
But then as long as you're happy to do the head chopping off bit, then I think then you've got all of this.
I don't know if I'm strong enough. I don't think I'm strong enough. My strength is really low.
Then it seems like you need our barbarian friend at least.
All right, Alec, going to have to be on standby. All right, well, then we do it.
You can count with my axe.
Do we need to check if there are other? So, are we going to wait until like all the lights are off? Sleep.
Oh yeah, well, maybe we should look through a window at least. The lights are on inside, but it's getting dark outside, so we might not be seen. And we could look in and just see. I mean, he might be having like a fancy dinner party or something. We probably should scope out at least to see what's going on inside before we go in. Could we do that?
Yeah, I need to quickly check I've got enough spell slots.
You used Charm Person, Dispel Magic, and I feel like you used Blink. That was the other one.
Yeah.
Did the healing one not count as a spell?
Oh, yes, the healing one. So you've used 4 spell slots.
I've marked that I've used, actually used another one. I marked 5.
What was the other spell that you used?
2 level 1, 1 level 2, and 2 level 3.
Oh, didn't you use the disappearing one twice?
No, I just had it for a second time because of the duration, the way it lasted.
Yeah, it lasts a minute.
Maybe I only used 4 then.
Although I don't know what was the other one you used?
Healing? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I did one too many. But basically, I'm thinking like I could do the illusion, but I'm worried that someone catches me. So I could also cast Pass Without Trace, so I'm a bit more stealthy. But do those stack?
Depends if they're concentration spells, they don't.
I have a stupid idea. Like, why don't I go knock on his door, and like he's obviously very rich, so he can pay me to entertain him, and while I'm entertaining him, you guys can look for stuff, and if that fails, you can then do the creepy sister choppy thing.
All right, that'll save me some spell slots.
Are you going to cone of fire us again, though, if we do it this way?
Well, if you guys can just stand back. Easy.
Yeah.
But then I can also like scope out if he has guests over, or if he has like 5 guards or 2 guards or 50 guards or
That's a good idea.
butlers, or
50,
like this
not
place
in
looks
this
like it
town.
has butlers, right? I've performed at parties in similar mansions with
Yeah.
an amount
So
of
go in and
butlers.
scope it out.
I think this is a great idea. We'll wait out here. You go in.
And plus, the mayor didn't. Sorry, Alexander. What's the name of your character?
Ralvio.
Ralvio.
Ralvio, yeah. Ralvio.
Alvia.
How do I?
Yes.
Okay. And also, the mayor didn't meet Ralvio, so he will not suspect about him.
I think that's very lucky. I think that's worked out well. But so do we need to, but if you're going to the door to entertain him while we look around, we need to find a way into the house that doesn't involve us going, you know, if we're going to get in and search while you're doing that, how are we going to get in?
I don't know. I'm not a thief.
Oh, hang on. I've got a thing that I can do. I'm going to research.
Mhm.
Who has high stealth?
I have to see where I'm going. I can't do it randomly. So I'm no good for that.
Does anyone have a high stealth?
Just change the suit.
You don't know what the fish cloak does.
Okay.
Ralvio has a special costume that can change. The fish cloak is a separate thing.
Mhm.
You don't know what that does.
Can we explore the fish cloak then while we're working out what to do? Find out what we
When I
can.
used detect magic, was that not strong enough to say that tell me
No.
what it did?
It
Were
only
you able
tells
to
you what
figure that
school
out?
of magic. Do you have the identify spell? I don't think you do.
Yeah, for sure.
I just lie. No, I don't even have prepared. I don't have it prepared, so.
Yeah, so you don't know. However, I will say, you guys, if you are waiting, you would know that it only takes an hour to attune to magical items. So if this is an item that requires you to be attuned to it, and you can attune to it, and you do attune to it, you would know exactly what it does.
So let's do it.
But we've been carrying it around for ages because we were given it by the little ferret man and the weasel man. And then we had like an hour rest to recover. Then we've gone down to the beach and seen the boat. So does
But
that...
none of you intentionally spent time with it to attune to it.
No, because it's creepy and fishy. Oh,
Yeah.
and I already
Does it
have a
have a
magic
smell?
suit.
No, it doesn't.
No smell.
It's just
Okay.
fish scales.
Oh, gross.
Well, a bit. There's not that much to breeze.
To get attuned to it, do you need to have any like specific skills or proficiencies?
Some items require things like you have to be like a warlock wouldn't be able to attune to a sword meant for a paladin, but anybody can attune to magical items.
Okay.
Some of them do have like specific wants and needs, but most magical items will attach to just about anyone.
Mhm.
If we could spend an hour and sit here and wait, or if you guys want to go ahead and begin the operation, I'm happy to sit outside and attune with this fishy cloak for a while, if that helps. I don't really have any particular to add.
Like, I just want to earn some gold coins. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go knock on the. Can I knock on the door, or is there like a gate?
Yeah, the gate's pretty easy to unlock. You can just
Clap on
Okay.
front of the gate.
So yeah, you open the
I
gate.
opened. I'm a big stupid guy who does whatever he wants because I grew up in a circus. So I open the gate and go knock on the door.
Well,
When you
Ralvio,
do,
we got an idea how we're intending to get in and search, because otherwise he's just putting on a show and making some money, which is obviously what he
I
wants.
feel like he's gonna do that anyway. Like, we'll just let him start with that. And we'll figure out the plan in the background.
so Ralvio, you go up and you knock on the door, and you hear from behind the door a different voice, not the mayor's voice, which you would recognize from when he was giving the huge speech before he got spirited away by your friends. A different voice. The master says he's not entertaining anybody tonight. I'm sorry. Please come back tomorrow.
But I'm not just anyone, and he's the mayor. He needs something to look at, does he not? And now I'm asking you as a game master, can I cast Charm Person through the door?
I think you have to see the person in order to cast it on them, not just hear them.
Okay. You can see within range. I cannot see him within my range.
No, you can't see him, but
I'm very
you can hear him.
Persuasive. Am I not? Just naturally.
I mean, you can try a persuasion check.
Yes, I'll do that. Like, because wasn't it a good argument that he's the mayor and he should have entertainment every single night?
Sounds very kinky.
Okay, so I'm at a 12.
So there's a moment where he kind of pauses and he goes, well, I am under very specific instructions not to let anyone in, but I can certainly check with him just to make sure. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute. Like, I'll show you what I can do so you know what to tell your boss. Let me in, come on.
You can do it on the porch. And he opens the door and looks in and looks out at you. It's a very old man who's kind of hunched over. He's wearing a nice bow tie though. But he's very clearly a butler of some kind.
Yes. So I will do a lot of things. Are you ready?
I'm sure.
I will do minor illusion and make a cool little light up circle around myself.
Okay.
I will do prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
I know that's a hard one.
And make a harmless sensory effect, which is like smoke coming up around me, in fabulous colors, glitter falling around, and then I create this one beautiful flame in my hand with produce flame, then control flame to make it go into separate pieces and juggle it with my magical juggling ability. And if you want to see any more,
Pay for it.
Pay for it. I have very great rates.
Ooh, and he kind of claps his hands. That's wonderful. I am still under very specific and very strict instructions not to let anyone inside. The master is very perturbed today.
But do you know what? Now I can charm him.
Yes, because you can see him.
I can. I will charm him. I attempt to charm a humanoid I can see within range.
All right, and that is a wisdom saving throw. Spell save DC is... Doesn't matter, I rolled an 8. You do see his eyes kind of shift a little bit as the spell takes effect. And he goes, well, I don't see any harm in surprising him with a nice performance. Maybe that'll calm him down. And he opens the door all the way and lets you inside. So back to outside team, you are standing outside the gate, I'm assuming, watching as Ralvio strides up to the door. And we'll kind of start there when the door hasn't quite opened yet. And we'll just walk forward in time.
Well, we're not trying to tune the fish cloak.
It would take an hour.
We can attune to it. Yeah, and we've only got an hour for that charm spell.
Well, maybe we can try to sneak in by the kitchen door.
Can we have a look around the house, see if there's another door that we can get into an open window?
Sorry, what?
So we'll need to like look around the house or something and see if we can find an open door or window.
Okay. We can do that.
What do we do if we run into someone?
It's already dark.
It's getting
I would
dark,
say yes, it's not as dark as it's gonna get, but it's pretty dark as it is. So I would say you're safe.
So we can see in the dark anyway, so we're all right.
So we can check the perimeter.
Yeah, we'll go and look for another open door or window. Is there anywhere else we can get in, Games Master?
Well, I would say that at this point, Ralvio has gotten the butler to open the door and he's setting off fireworks and smoke and all kinds of things. And then the guy just lets him in.
Ooh.
Okay, so the front door is, it seems like, should we just try and walk in through the front door? We don't know what's going on behind the front door. We can't just walk in. The butler and Ralvio could be just like the other side of the door. We can't just walk in the front door, can we? We need somewhere, we need a sneaky way in, really.
So there are a bunch of windows on the first floor. Or I guess you guys would call it the ground floor. Yeah, I know, a little bit different. There is a back door and there is a side door. You are not sure where the side door leads, as the side door doesn't have a window, but the back door is right next to a window that leads into the kitchen. You can kind of see inside. There's definitely like a kettle on the stove. So there's the flame from the stove, as well as a light in the hall that's spilling into the rather dark kitchen. So you have enough light to see, but there's no light on in the kitchen.
There is no one at the kitchen.
There doesn't seem to be anyone in the kitchen.
Do you want to try to sneak in?
The kitchen.
I'm worried that we run into someone.
Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe we should
Or
play with the side door and just see if that leads to anywhere useful, because it might.
how many floors the house?
3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
I can just a second.
One of us can fly.
I can climb it, right? With athletics.
Yes, you would need to make an athletics check, but you can climb it. There's definitely enough finger holds and things of that nature to get up the building.
Okay, that's one choice. But you said that you can make someone fly.
I've got wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
I
sanity.
still do not feel comfortable going inside this random house with an annoying amount of people going in on my own. We saw.
Well, can we have? I think we should try the side door with no window next to it and just see what that leads to. Is it locked?
I have like a little bit of stealth proficiency, like a +1, I think. It's not that much, and like reasonable dexterity. But have you guys got anything better?
In terms of achieving what?
If we're gonna go in and without being detected.
Yes.
My perception is increased. Oh, I've got +5 stealth.
Not because you're super dexterous.
I'm quite stealthy.
Very.
You also have the pass without trace spell.
Oh, you heard that?
Oh, you have that?
The wind tell us that.
You have pass without a trace. Oh, you don't need me.
I can't remember what
It's
that.
a magical wind. Dvang, maybe you could sneak in and look around, and if the place is okay, you can open the door to us.
But I can. We don't need to like.
You are the elf.
I was going to
Like
say.
if you're stealthy and you can pass without a trace and you can like go in and have a look around and let us know.
And I've got special
Because-
gloves that can let me open locks as well.
Amazing. You are the rogue in the group.
So I could get us in either of the doors and do stuff when I'm in there. But do you guys prefer the kitchen door? Because I just feel like there's something about that there's a door. In terms of the way things are so far, it seems like we might go into the kitchen and encounter a giant sea urchin or something like that.
Why?
Yeah.
I was thinking the mysterious door that we don't know where it goes to, that might be worth trying, because the kitchen might have people coming and going. Why is there a side door? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mentioned side door.
Rich people are weird.
You can try to use your magic glove at this door and go inside.
Cool.
I will support you in your choice. For me, any door, it will be a nice door.
Any hole's a goal. Fabulous.
Any holes a go.
Excellent. Well then, okay. Well then, I'm intrigued by this mysterious side door, so I'd like to try and go in
Yes, for
this
sure.
side door. And but should I use? Because I'm very stealthy anyway, so hoping they won't see me. But should I use this pass without a trace? That I haven't. I've literally only got the name of it written down here. What's that doing for me if I use that?
So it is within I believe a 30-foot radius. Anyone who you want can get +10 on their stealth checks,
Ooh.
including you. And it removes physical trace of you having walked through. So if you had mud on your boots or if you squished your feet in the dirt, it erases it.
Is that just for one person?
No, it's for everyone within a radius. I have to check the exact wording. I think it's up to a certain amount of creatures within a certain radius of you gain that benefit as well.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because I can use the find object spell, but only I can see where it is. You guys won't be able to. So I could like do it beforehand and tell you, and you can go to the general area, or I can come in with you, and you can use pass without a trace, and hopefully both our stealth will be high enough that if we get checked, we don't die horribly.
Well, I think it's
like
worth a
obviously
try.
everyone is like in the main living room enjoying my performance, right?
Let's
you won't
hope.
have to be that stealthy.
Well, the only thing I was wondering about, because we don't know what's going on, obviously with you, Ralvio,
Yes.
is we know that the butler is enjoying it because he's charmed, but he might take you through to the mayor, and the mayor might be like, "Get the fuck out of my house!" I don't like circus entertainers. For all we know, so we don't actually know how it's going. We can hope that he's a fan of fire-based juggling, but there's no way to be sure. I think we'll have to do the selfie thing anyway to
You guys
sneaky.
don't believe in me and my abilities. It's so mean.
No, I could tell that mare had very, very poor taste. So it's not a slight on you. If anything, it's a slight on the mare. Cool. So can I use my special gloves to open the door and also use my pass without trace, which costs me 2 thingies, doesn't it?
Yes, 2 key points.
Yeah.
Do you have thieves' tools? Because you would need thieves' tools to unlock the door.
Oh, but I have my gloves. I thought my gloves would.
They assist.
Oh, then I can't do it. We'll have to smash a window. But the spell that I cast, the pass without trace, if it can hide mud, then I can't see why it couldn't hide the sound of a breaking window and broken glass.
You
Maybe.
can scream outside the house. Smash it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we haven't tried the doors. They might be open. Can I? I'll just try the doors quickly. Are the doors open?
No, the side door is indeed locked.
Well, we can try I'll go at the kitchen door.
It is also locked.
Yeah. Wasn't like that in the olden days.
Any window?
There are plenty of windows. You can see that there is a window into a lovely living room. There is a window into what appears to be some kind of ground floor smoking lounge. There is also the dining room and the kitchen.
They're all empty.
They're all empty.
Yeah, because Napoleon Bonaparte said that the mayor would be in his study if we were lucky. So maybe the mayor's in his study as we speak. Yeah, so it turns out I can't get us in one of the doors, so I'm out. Any ideas? My magic gloves were a waste of time.
The window. Well, what's the nearest window?
To you guys, where you were at the kitchen door, the nearest window is the kitchen window.
Can we open that? Is it locked?
Yeah, it's difficult to open.
One of you can make me an investigation check.
I got a pretty good investigation, I think. Let me double check before I get too excited.
Yeah, the cleric does the
intelligence.
It's only +2.
Mine's +2 as well.
+2, it's better than 0.
Very true. So if you'd
You
like,
feeling
you
lucky?
can still make it.
Who's feeling lucky?
Please. You can
All
do
right.
it.
Do I roll a D2?
D20
D20.
plus
Plus the proficiency.
modifier. Yeah.
You have it. You have it, John. You can do it. Crash the window.
Oh no way! I totally got a 19. Oh no, just tapped it a second time. Well, now it says 14. Which one do I go for?
Well, we can just say that you take the 19 and one of you helps, provides the help action. So you.
It's 19 +2.
So that would be 21.
Yeah.
You are looking around the window. The window is unlocked, but it is painted shut. But the paint is peeling. If you took a bit of time to scrape off the paint, you could just open the window.
Is that going to be noisy?
I have painter's equipment, which might include a palette knife, which could be useful for that.
Yes.
So I'll do that then. That's a good idea. Let's scrape away the paint.
Yep. So you just put the palette knife in between the window and the sill and just pull about 3 tugs, and a bit of paint on the ground later, the window just whoosh, is able to be opened.
Ah,
And you have an entrance into the house.
you go, guys.
Well done.
And we're going to switch over to
And then we scream of joy. Yeah, we do it.
Oh, excuse
we're
me.
going to switch over to Ralvio. You have been left on the landing of the 3rd floor. The butler has taken you all the way up. And this whole time, the butler has been very quietly trying to convince his employer to let you perform for him. But the mayor continually says no. You can very easily tell he is very agitated. And that is the current situation that you are in.
Yes. So I've been left outside the room, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I yell, like shout, like but think of your family, your servants. Do they not need entertainment?
And you just hear from behind the door the very familiar voice of the mayor. Go away. We aren't entertaining people tonight. I have a lot of important things I need to deal with.
I thought you were a great mayor who had people to do important things for him.
These are only things I can do for myself. All right.
Do you not have a wife? Do you not have children? Do you not have servants?
And the butler kind of turns and just kind of is just, no, he doesn't have a wife or children. He's very focused on being the mayor of the town. And you just hear the mayor just shout, just go away.
Well, if you change your mind, I'll be performing tomorrow morning at sunrise, at noon, at the town square. But I won't show you my special trick that I only do for private parties.
That sounded so bad. Okay. The mayor doesn't seem to respond to that. He just once again shouts, go away. I have things to do.
Okay. I wait because I am though I am very stupid and not very wise, not very intelligent, I am very charismatic, and I want to say goodbye to the butler before I leave.
Yeah, the butler does shuffle over to you and he goes, I feel so bad about you not being able to perform. I'm making a cup of tea in the kitchen if you would like some tea. I feel so bad about you coming all the way out here and not being able to perform. And he starts going down the stairs. Of course, you're not aware that they've just come in through the kitchen.
I am not, and I would love a cup of tea. Yeah, I'll gladly accept that cup of tea. Thank you, fine sir. By the way, I'm Ralvio. Who are you?
I am Gerald, the butler.
Oh, I'm Ralvio, the Great.
Wonderful.
He used his real name.
Gerald the butler.
Middle name the, surname Butler.
I'm assuming as soon as we hear steps coming down the stairs, that Dian's just going to shift into another dimension and lead us to it. So
Leave you guys.
Later, guys. I'm all out of Blink, so.
So he
Okay, well,
leads you
I accept
down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point in time, you guys are coming through the window.
Will you before all of this happens, or while this happens, or I do know what, like, I'm not that stupid. I do know that we are planning to break in to this place. So can I make a perception check while being led around the house down the stairs?
Yes.
To see if there's other people, like listen for people or
yes,
perceive.
you can. Mhm.
Because I'm very perceptive. I roll a 20 plus whatever I have in perception, plus or minus 1. I'm at 19.
Well, there seems to be nobody else in the house. There seems to be just Gerald the butler and the mayor and you and presumably your friends outside somewhere. There is no one else in the house.
There's no sound of a giant hulking barbarian squeezing through a kitchen window.
Yeah,
Very
so he does get to the kitchen, and you can tell this guy is probably a little bit hard of sight. He walks into this dark kitchen and shuffles towards the stove, and you're standing in the entrance of the kitchen and you look in and you see your friends halfway through the window and he just isn't noticing.
Can I?
Gerald, do you need a light?
Oh, that would be very handy.
Oh, but I can make a magic light. Look at this. And then I do minor illusion lights in different colors to wow him while my friends, yeah, anyway, I'm distracted. I'm doing fabulous
Distractions.
things. Distractions.
While
Yeah.
you do that, then can I quickly do pass without trace and
Yes.
hide it all?
Yes. It isn't invisibility. So if somebody spotted you, they would see you. It just prevents you from leaving tracks, making noise, that kind of thing.
But it
And
seems like it might be helpful. How long does it last for?
I think it lasts for like an hour.
Okay, well, I think I should do that anyway because it seems like a sensible thing to do when you're breaking in someone's house.
Yes.
Let's do that. I'll do that. What do I have to do to do that?
You just spend 2 key points.
Boom. Chalk on.
So you all have +10 to your stealth checks, and Ralvio is distracting Gerald the butler. So if you guys want to make stealth checks to get in and move about, as you enter, there is another door. So there's the door that Ralvio came in along with the butler. And there is a door to the right that leads to a hallway that splits off. And you see at the end, peeking through, because you guys are halfway through the window, there is a door at the end of the hallway that looks very similar to the side door. And then there's another hallway that keeps going. So you all can make stealth checks with advantage, and then whatever stealth check you get, add +10 to it on top of your bonuses. Because the butler is not facing you, he's being distracted, and you guys have a +10 bonus with pass without trace.
29.
Ooh.
I've got
To enter.
+10 plus
Yeah.
5.
Just to see if you can enter without making noise.
21 on me.
Is that with the +10?
That's with +10 and my +5.
Ooh, you rolled real low then.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Yeah.
6.
You all have to roll.
D20 plus your stealth +10.
Stealth. Well, he doesn't have any plus. My dexterity is +2, but my stealth doesn't have it, right?
Okay, right, because you're not
Okay.
proficient in it.
So it's just +10.
+10 +2.
+10 +2. 16.
Oof. Well, it is enough.
Because I'm a barbarian, so I stump very hard.
There's a big bit of man meat coming through the window.
This
But
window's too tiny.
This guy is so old. He doesn't catch even you cramming your way through the
my
window and
Freedom
sliding
is
onto the
too
floor
tight
with
for
a bit of
my
a thud. And you guys manage to make it in and around the hallway. And you see it's more of a servant's hallway. There is actually a set of servant stairs that go up, presumably to, well, the first floor and then the second floor, that are just conveniently right there.
Before we go up, this side door is this appears, from what we can tell of the house, to be the door that we saw from the outside that was locked, right?
Yes.
Can we unlock that from the inside before we go up so that we've got a plan of escape?
It's a very good idea.
Yes, you can. It is one of those ones where you can just unlock it.
Right. I think we should unlock it. Everyone on board?
Yes.
The olden lock that you can just.
I know.
Put it on the latch.
Very convenient, but yay!
So yeah, you unlock the door and you do head up the stairs. It comes out once again with a door that is unlocked. You open it and you are at the very top on the second floor. You come out right in front of the landing. There is a hall to the right and hall to the left, and there are doors. Most of them are opened. The one to the left at the end of the hallway is closed.
I think we should go, my instinct, I think we should go into the door on the right, which is the sister's bedroom, and have a look around in there, because it seems meaningful. He's murdered his sister in exchange for the Haggai. Maybe he might have kept it in her bedroom. We know that what that
Sounds
is.
good. Sounds really good.
To assume that he is probably in the one room that's got the door shut, where there's no one in the other rooms. I think we're better off starting in there. That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
So you peek through some of the doors and you see there is another smoking lounge. He seems to have a lot of those. A bedroom that seems like a guest bedroom. And then there is, oh, I just noticed. And then there is a room that definitely seems like it would be the sister's room.
Stuffed animals, stuffed animals, pink bedspread. Teen heart.
Well, there's definitely a floral bedspread. You get the sense that she was definitely an adult, since she was the next in line. She was probably older.
yes.
There's lots of books. She has a writing desk in her room, as well as a vanity, which still has quite a bit of makeup still on it. You don't know how good it still is, seeing as how it doesn't seem like this room is touched very often. It's very dusty.
So maybe it's not here.
Maybe have a look around.
My barbarian wouldn't think about it.
Might be
I
like
can still locate the object,
oh yeah, we could locate the object. Oh yeah, let's do that.
but my question is, what happens when we locate it and it's on him? He can just blink in more freaking lobster thermidor again. I don't want that. Do we just like fully go in snashy like barbarian, chop him off, chop off the head?
No.
We-
It's true.
I can locate the object anyway if you want to know where it is.
Yes, please.
I think we should start with that and then work out from the next bit.
All right, let me knock off a level 2 spell.
And
then.
since you've cast it, you can tell it is at the other end of the hallway. And since it does tell you the exact location, the object is moving back and forth as if it was on something that was pacing the room.
Do you think you could go in and stun him really quickly? We've got pass without a trace. Get as close as you can and stun him.
Do it.
I could make it magically dark if that would help. That's the thing that I can do. But we'd have to be able to do something.
Can you see in the magic darkness? Are you able to see?
I can't see in the magic darkness. Is that right?
You cannot see in the magical darkness.
No.
Wait, if it makes it dark, but I can still locate the object, can I see in the magical darkness?
You can't see in the magical darkness, but you would know where he was in the darkness. But you would still like trip over a chair, and attack rolls would still have disadvantage because you're not sure if he's ducking or, you know, you would just know he's here. We could, all right, I don't know if you can, but disguise one of ourselves as the butler and get close and try and get it off of him as an illusion.
That's a good idea. Do you guys have illusion magic?
I can disguise self.
I think you're still down in the kitchen having a cup of tea with the butler.
Oh yeah, I'm asking as Aleksander. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm enjoying the tea.
The butler is
To roll
flirting
Constitution
with
to
him.
see if I burn my tongue.
No, it's probably cooled off enough.
Good.
Let me check something.
Chair.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I'm not sure what to do. That's the options, I guess. Stun him or trick him. I don't hope we can get it off him.
we are assuming that he is behind what door? There's any
At the end of the
there's
hallway?
any door with. I don't know if my character is capable of thinking about it, but any door with light behind that we can see.
Yeah, the door at the other end of the hallway is closed and there is light coming out from under it.
And
All the
there's only door with light underneath.
Yeah. I mean, your character would be smart enough to figure that out. You have 10 intelligence, which is average person.
The other doors are open, aren't they? So we can see there's no one.
Yes.
So he must be behind the one door that's closed.
Well, I guess if we go right to the mayor's door and open it, well, he will not have an army inside of it. I guess not. So we can try to talk with him.
But he might transform into couch-sized crabs again, which he sometimes does.
So the idea of stunning him right at the second, I believe it can work because we stun him and then we press him to give us the hag's eyes. Eyes.
I think that's good. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You guys go do it. Elk, you stun him. Well, are we doing the disguisey thing? That seemed like a good thing as well. Maybe.
I feel like so right. I could go as a disguise and maybe potentially get it off him. But I think if it came down to like having to hurt him or kill him, my character would probably have a problem with that. Like to kill him.
I see. Well, we don't need to kill him. We just need to take his legs off. Sorry. No, what you can go disguise it as the butler, and then you make him lower his guard, and then Dvang goes and stun him.
I don't think I have. Do I have anything that stuns? Oh, stunning strike. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well then, you go in as the butler, and then
Before we enter, maybe the John can disguise it as the butler. Ask about the hag's eyes. Sorry. Because no?
No, I'm gonna spit like some tea on him or on the floor or something, distract him, make him turn away, come in, like
that would-
donkey punch him in the back of the head, take the
Yeah.
necklace, and then get me out of there before there's any crabs.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So just get his back to the door so that we can.
Yeah, you wait for my signal.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, got this.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I need to do disguise self.
That's another spell slot.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a long rest after this,
Is it-
guys.
Spell slot.
Disguise. So I'm just checking what level it is.
I think it's second level.
Level 1.
Oh,
First
right.
level.
Oh, right. It is first level.
Sweet.
Okay.
Is it
Good.
like accurate enough that this guy who, like that, you could disguise yourself as the guy who lives with the guy we're attacking? You must know him quite well. Is it going to be good enough a disguise for that? Is it that good?
Visually, yes.
Okay, cool.
If you would know this, of course, it's not alter self, which would actually make things change shape. Disguise self just casts the illusion of this guy around you. So if Dudley Moore was to reach out and touch you, there is a chance he might pass through the illusion, or because you have wings, he might reach past you and his hand would hit the wings, but he wouldn't see anything, and that would tip him off that it's an illusion.
But he probably would just think he was having a stroke or something. So
That is completely possible. But it holds up entirely visually. He would open the door and see Gerald the butler and think, oh, it's Gerald the butler, until he was given any hint as to otherwise.
cool.
But since you guys are pretty much going to just, oh, he's opening the door, oh, it's Butler Gerald, and then suddenly Monk with fist in face, it doesn't need to hold up to physical inspection.
Yeah.
It's just a distraction.
Mhm.
Can I materialize that he's like, obviously, like it's not going to be an object he can touch that anyone else can touch, but can I like materialize like tea and stuff like that as part of the illusion? Like
I would
holding
say
something?
yes. It would
Okay.
be entirely illusory.
Yeah.
So like if he reached out and passed his hand through the tray, it would pass through the tray. But I would say
Sure.
yes, you could, but nothing more than that.
Sure.
So
Okay.
if he has
So we
his-
kind of know the butler. Sorry, you go for it.
no.
I said we kind of know the butler likes to make tea because he offered it already. So that would
Mhm.
maybe be a passable thing if I like walk around, not getting too close, and like trip and spill the tea. Maybe that'll distract him long enough to look away, and you can come in and do your thing.
I'm ready.
That's the best I've got. I'm open for ideas though.
I think that works because all we need to do is stun him and then frisk him, get the hag's eye. I don't know what we had to do with the hag's eye once we found it, but I think that's what we're going for. So can't remember.
Yeah,
Silas,
we have it. Now what?
Run.
Silas said that the eye needs to be intact in order for the coven to maintain their powers.
Oh, so we smash the eye, boom, smash the eye, job done. You can do that with a big axe. Hopefully.
Is this the illusion?
Oh my God.
Lara Croft.
We're gonna lock him in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
That's how he looks. That's how I'm imagining.
That's what we're going for. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
We'll just say yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All the house has that lovely blue china too, somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
It matches the floor.
All right.
All right.
So you disguise self and you walk up to the door and knock on the door. You do see them. Dudley Moore does open it a little, and his eye kind of looks around and he goes. He opens the door. Oh, thank goodness it's you. Have you gotten rid of that blasted circus performer yet?
I'm going to make my character nod rather than speak.
It's
not emulate voice.
Oh, thank goodness. Just set the tea on the table. And he does turn around and walk towards the desk.
I'm going to.
Are you going to go in?
I'm launching in and doing a stunning strike on the back of Dudley Moore's head.
All right.
Here's your tea.
All right. Give me an attack roll with advantage because he does not see you coming. And I'm going to make the saving throw at disadvantage because he is unaware of your presence.
Oh, God, please. Attention.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 10, and I get a 10 advantage on that, right?
So that means you would roll it again and take the higher number.
Oh, okay. 12.
And that's with the plus.
Oh, plus 10 on that.
No, with
That's-
your pluses for attacking. So it would be plus 6.
Oh, okay. So then that's 18.
Oh yeah, that hits. And he definitely fails the stunning strike. So you do run into the room, punch him in the back of the head, right at the base where the head meets his neck, and you do see him. And he is just standing there. So you guys have 6 seconds. You would know from the battle earlier. You have 6 seconds to frisk him, find the eye, and do whatever.
That's
No,
not
whatever.
So I know where the eye is still. So I know. Can I see it on him?
Oh, yeah.
I would say that I was entering the room and I hold his arms back while they
Yes.
search.
Yes. And you can do that real easy because he's stunned. He doesn't resist. You just put his arms behind his back. Yeah, there is a sphere-shaped necklace around his neck that has a little latch, almost like a little locket. You yank it off, open it up, and there is what appears to be a very shiny human eye in it. And it rolls to look at you.
Now it knows me. Great. Team me. Why me? Okay. So we're going to try and destroy this thing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Just like, can I cast a spell on it?
You
Cantrip?
can.
Okay. What have I got? Sacred Flame. Let's go with that.
Cone of fire.
Let's have a quick look. Sacred Flame.
Can we say smash it with Elk's axe?
We could do. It could be stronger.
Mm.
So I'm at level 5, so I would roll 2d8 for that one.
Yes. And it can't make a dexterity saving throw. So you can just blast it.
Should we try it? And if we fail, Elk, you're on it. All right.
You're gonna use my axe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what I can come up with. Okay, so I rolled a 5. I rolled a 7 and a 5. No, that's a lie. I'm on the wrong die. No, a 7 and a 5, yeah.
With the Sacred Flame?
Yeah. And do I have to add anything to that?
No. You launch the Sacred Flame at the eye, and the eye shatters like glass. And at that moment, the lights in the room flicker. There is a peal of thunder, and you hear 3 very feminine screams echo from the lake. lightning flashes over the lake, and then everything goes silent. And suddenly, you don't smell the seawater anymore. It still smells like fish, but you don't smell the seawater anymore. And at that moment, appearing right next to you is a woman in a floral dress. Hair wet, dress wet, sticking to her. She glares directly at Dudley Moore and screams in his face. And he looks with horror as he suddenly ages. And then just keels over, dead. The woman then vanishes. The air feels different. It feels as though something has receded quite significantly. And that is the end of the adventure. You have successfully stopped the hags in whatever they have done without even meeting them in the first place, which was convenient. And the town seems safe for a little while longer. So, thank you everyone for joining us for this very special one-shot episode. Hopefully we will be doing more one-shot episodes with different groups, and we can tell more stories that are this fun and interesting and quirky. And I will see you in the main campaign coming on Friday. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you later.